Get cleaner water with PureWaterChanges.com. Call my buddy Bobby at 407-MY-WATER. He can show you exactly how they can clean up your water and make it much healthier, and you'll save money. You don't have to buy bottled water anymore. You have them come over, do an inspection. They'll give you a $100 gift card if you're the homeowner. It's PureWaterChanges.com. 407-MY-WATER.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Not sure what's the best way to save for college? Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. For more than 35 years, we've helped Florida families successfully save for college. And now we've made it even more affordable to save with prepaid plans starting at just $34 a month. That's the lowest plan price in 10 years. Visit myfloridaprepaid.com and use our Easy Plan calculator to find the right plan for your family's budget and put your child on the path to less college debt. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
On game day, you want to focus on three things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends.
So good.
And football? Well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. B-I-L-L-S. Bills. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, February 5th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the Super Bowl countdown to major drama bubbles up at the Grammy Awards. And don't use your Apple Vision Pro in public, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, hanging in there. Had a nice weekend. I hope you guys did as well. Got a lot done, had some fun, enjoyed ourselves.
I had a fantastic weekend.
Oh, yeah, you had the big steakhouse trip.
Yeah, I went to Tampa for steaks.
Oh, you went to fancy steak place, huh? And how much of a tab do we rack up there?
It was a pretty expensive tab there, Sean.
That's what credit cards are for. I got to say, it's the first time I've ever heard of someone going outside of town to just get steak, but I've never been to the steak place.
This is a famous, legendary steak place. C-Lane said, look,
it has its own Wikipedia page.
Oh.
Yeah,
we don't even have a Wikipedia page.
We've been doing all this baby stuff for quite some time. Let's take a little break and let's have a little kind of almost like a staycation thing, but go over and go to this steakhouse. And I thought at first, I was like, isn't that an expensive place? Because Mo wanted me to go there. And Mo was like, no, it's not bad. And I looked at the menu and I go, you know what? It's not too bad. It's like $60 for a steak and all the extra stuff.
But yeah,
for
like
the cheapest one.
Even the smallest steak you get there comes if you're getting steak, it comes with let's see. There was a bread served at some point, but French onion soup.
Say no more, C-Lane.
They got bread there.
French onion soup, house salad. There was the vegetable of the day, onion rings, a baked potato, however you want it. I mean, there's a lot of food for, what you get.
Wait, so like that, though, do you ask for to-go boxes if you don't finish everything?
They offered them, but we didn't want them.
I would have taken everything home with me if I'm spending a bunch of money. So how does it go from like $60 for a steak and all that stuff to actually being a super expensive meal?
So this place, Burns in Tampa, excuse me, has one of the hugest wine collections in the world.
Oh.
And like you get a tour. We toured the wine cellar that was like downstairs, it was below the seawall.
You went full tourist.
And they offer everybody like kitchen, wine cellar tour, stuff like that. And I think I read that they have 100,000 bottles on site.
Wow.
And an additional 500,000 in another building nearby.
Oh my God!
They're trying to catalog them. They have a loose sort of Dewey Decimal System of trying to keep track of each bottle, and then the wine list that they give you, and the word list sounds a little hilarious. It is a friggin' novel. It is a large book. And he said, if you turn to page 97, you'll see the most expensive bottle of wine we have.
How much was that?
$49,000.
Oh!
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay. I just felt like weak out of nowhere. Can you imagine spending $49,000 on one bottle of wine?
No, it's ridiculous. And there's no way it's good enough to be worth $49,000.
It's like a nice car.
Here's the thing. It used to be the second most expensive bottle they had. So somebody came in there and dropped like $60,000, $70,000 at one point.
Do you only have one of those or like completely stocked?
I think I asked that. I think there was one or something. The problem is they have such a collection that they keep randomly finding stuff. They're like, we just found a whole bunch of these.
Convenient.
So Ashley wanted...
Wait. Is this true? Avin DeZora says their wine list has a table of contents. Is it it's like an opening page?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot to this thing. And you guys started drinking wine. Now that gets expensive. So how many people were in your group?
4.
Oh,
4
buddy.
people in your group.
And 4 people are now in severe debt after that Tampa trip.
How much was this check for?
Like all together?
Yeah.
Like all 4 of us?
Yeah.
Including the trip upstairs to the dessert room?
Yeah.
Come on.
$1,600.
Whoa! Wow.
$1,600. Oh my God! It's $400 a person, for God's sake. The big
At that
question.
point, I'm taking the napkins, utensils. I mean, the menu if I can, just for souvenirs.
Yeah, I'm taking everything I can out of that place. They took $400 from each of you. Was it worth it?
I was very good. I mean, and some of that was like one person wanted to take care of a whole bottle, and another person wanted to take care of a whole bottle, and so I don't think we kind of mostly evenly did it, but it was very good.
Can you sneak in a bottle like you do on cruises and stuff, or no?
I don't know. I never really kind of asked if they have a corkage fee, because usually, like, if you're going there, a lot of times you go there because of the wine, if you're into that kind of stuff, which I was, traveling with people who are.
Sounds like it. Sounds like that's the case. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see if we can make some money today, huh? Fill those coffers back up. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to California, where, I don't know if you guys heard, but my God, they got some bad weather this weekend, and they're not used to it. They bitch about bad weather over there. And when they went out to find out how everybody was prepping for this big storm that hit California, they found Mr. T out there, and Mr. T.
Fools by any chance?
He was indeed. Let's see what we got.
Valleys. People are preparing for major flooding and even trying to make light of a heavy situation.
What's up, Mr. T? I'm gonna get some sand. I'm getting some bags for myself and some of my neighbors.
There he is.
Mr. T says it's important to help out his community. and is doing just that.
Boy Scout again, always be prepared. Be prepared, fool.
Be prepared, fool. He did the thing.
What a
He
cutie
did the
pie.
thing. I like that guy, man. For those of you in the back, the young folks who don't know who Mr. T is, Mr. T was like an iconic guy who was in a television show in the 80s called The A-Team, and he was in a bunch of stuff after that. And he got famous. He was like a bouncer at a nightclub in, I don't know, New York, California, I don't know where it was. But he wore all these gold chains. Before anybody else wore all the big gold chains, Mr. T was the guy. He was wearing all the gold chains, and he got himself a lot of money and a lot of fame off of that. And he's just like a regular dude, man, helping everybody out with sandbags. Mr. T saying, "I pity the fool," over on KTLA in California.
It's like whenever those kind of people who are known for something deliver their phrase, you're like, all right, thank you, that's good.
Imagine, Sean, you're going to be his age years from now, and they're like, say it. And what is your go-to phrase, man?
Wiggle. No.
Hello and welcome. Get out of my face.
I don't know if I have one. Do I have a phrase like that?
You got a year to figure it out.
I pity the fool's a good one, though. I mean, it seems like straight out of the 80s because it is, but
Since
I think
he's
that's
retired, you can pick it up if you want. Just make sure to end every segment with, and you're listening to the News Junkie. I pity the fool.
I can't steal that from him. That's too good.
Dude,
And then
say it right now.
His other one was, "Don't give me no jibba jabba." That was the other one that he did. I love him, man. He was a cool guy, Mr. T. Somebody says, ear to the ground fingers on the pulse. I don't know if that's it. I don't know if that's going to do it for me either. Okay, we have a lot to get into today. Last night, big night in the entertainment world, the Grammys.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got to tell you.
I watched the whole thing.
Me too.
You did?
No.
So did I.
I didn't. You guys did?
I watched it in its entirety.
Okay, how long was it? Because usually I think
3.5 hours.
Effing
And it went over.
long.
that's way too long. That is way too long for
Multiple
one of these
times.
shows.
I turned to my girlfriend. I said, okay, let's wrap this up. When is it going to happen?
Was there any really good performances, like musical
Yes.
performance?
Yes. I will
Okay.
say, if I loved Joni Mitchell's performance. It was extremely endearing. And I loved Fantasia in her tribute to Tina Turner.
Okay, Fantasia Barone from American Idol. I remember her.
I know that Joni Mitchell has overcome some health issues to be where she is right now, and it's very legendary and all that.
Oh, you're going to be a dick.
I'm not being a dick. I think that they're parading her up there, like in South Park when they brought out Rod Stewart. He's like, oh, poop her pants.
I mean, I saw Rod Stewart when he was very, very old, like 2 years ago, still very old this day. And it was hard to watch. He was so old. He was like on a translucent chair. Didn't you go to that show with me, C-Lane? On a translucent chair in which to kind of fool the audience that he was standing
Like
up.
he wasn't sitting down?
And then you couldn't understand one thing he was saying. But
Was she sitting down?
yeah,
during her-
she's
Okay.
very frail.
She sits down in they have like a Joni Mitchell throne that she has this cane on, and she sings the same song every time.
Yeah, I'm hearing good things about the fast car performance that
Dude,
they
oh,
did.
that was great.
I have forgiven Luke Combs for covering that song. After that performance, that was moving as hell. Everybody was on their feet. Like everybody, oh my gosh, the amount of tweets that were like, Taylor's standing up and singing Fast Car. My life is over. Oh my gosh.
We'll have to dive into this because the Taylor coverage was so annoying.
Oh my gosh. If any football fans saw the Grammys, they would just like explode. But there was a point at which they got into one of the final choruses of Fast Car, and you look over and like Jelly Roll, who I had to Google because I didn't even know who he was. I was like, fat tattoo face rapper, and I had the rapper
Country
part wrong.
singer.
I know. I don't know.
No, he started off as a rapper. He did, and then he found out like a lot of other dudes do that. They go like the rock country roll is the one that I can do here, and I can make a bunch of money off of this. So I'll be the cool country guy.
They were like on their feet. Everybody was singing along, and it was very, very moving. What they had like a pre-roll, like a sizzle reel, and they were introducing Luke Combs. And they were like, this is why Luke Combs did this cover of Fast Car, because it was one of his favorite songs growing up. And all of a sudden, they have it like zoomed in on a guitar, and it starts playing Fast Car. And I was like, those hands are definitely not Luke Combs's, based on the color.
Unless you went black hand.
You never go black hand. You don't want to do that.
So, and then it was like Tracy Chapman's on the stage, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then tears. Yeah.
Oh,
You cried?
Wow.
I welled up a little bit.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have, but I was like cleaning dishes. But I was like, Tracy Chapman. And then went back to it. But it's very nice.
Yeah, I did see a lot of positive things about that. We'll get into more of what happened at the Grammys and some of the crazy moments because there were a bunch of them. We can make fun of the Taylor Swift coverage. We can get into all of that stuff. We got a lot to touch on today, of course. But when we come back, there's something that's pretty insane that's happening surrounding the Super Bowl. And nobody's really talking about this just yet, so let's be the first. We got to be the first to dive in on this. When I saw this weekend, I was like, what? So we'll talk about this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You're listening to Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Checking on I-4, there's still bumper-to-bumper traffic and multiple accidents to watch out for eastbound before US 27 and approaching the bend. 3 left lanes are blocked on State Road 408 westbound at Conway East Toll Plaza. Travel with caution there. And authorities are clearing up an accident on John Young Parkway northbound at Old Winter Garden Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Guarantee Media is giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99. But you must tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. If you're one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, we will include a second bonus destination to Orlando, Florida. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included, plus 4 days in Orlando for only $99. Tell me a country without the letter A in its name. Texting your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This is not a contest. It is paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up?
I'm tired of feeling so bloated.
That used to be me. Then I got this.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right?
Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Get $5 off at alignprobiotics.com.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
Backing you up. So I order food on EasyCater for a meeting with a new client in Jackson.
Gotta feed clients in Jackson.
On my way to the airport, it hits me. The client is actually in Jacksonville.
Feed clients in Jacksonville. See?
So I call EasyCater. Nina picks up right away.
Gonna fix it for you.
She called me right back and said, you're all set.
Nina fixed the Jackson accident.
Jackson? EasyCater has your back with 24/7 support. Order at EasyCater.com and know.
We got your back.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice. Watch the roulette wheel spin and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star. Sip cocktails that shimmer. Then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
No matter how hectic mornings get, I can always count on breakfast at McDonald's. And with their buy one, get one for $1 deal, the choices are even better. Right now, you can choose between the Egg McMuffin on a toasted English muffin topped with real butter, the Sausage McMuffin with egg, freshly cracked on a toasted English muffin, or the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit brushed with real butter. Mornings can be unpredictable, but breakfast at Mickey D's is in the bag. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
People think Florida is salty because most of our state is surrounded by salt water. But it's the other states that are salty. Why? Because we get to enjoy McDonald's breakfast bagels year-round. You see, most parts of the country aren't as lucky as us and can't wake up to a steak, egg, and cheese bagel with a tender, juicy steak patty and savory grilled onions. Or a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel with a sizzling hot pork sausage patty. Or a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel with thick-cut applewood smoked bacon. Enjoy savory breakfast bagels only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Party and more. iHeartRadio has the perfect soundtrack for your pre-game party, whether it's just you or a block party for the entire neighborhood. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Big Game, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. B-I-L-L-S. BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
Watching the march toward Super Bowl Sunday. It is going to be a big, big thing. And I know there's somebody out there, I don't even listen to the Super Bowl or watch the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I don't care about it. Last year, 1 out of every 3 Americans was watching the Super Bowl. And I think those numbers might even be low just because it's such a dominating force. I don't know how the Puppy Bowl does, but, you know, they always do that too, like the counter programming to the Super Bowl. One thing is for sure, this is something I hadn't seen before myself. Now, you guys might say, I've seen that before, Sean, and if you have, Sabrina and C-Lane, let me know, because this kind of took me by surprise. So I'm at the theme park this weekend. I'm at Universal Studios, and I'm walking around, and there's a place in there, if you've never been, called NBC Sports Grill or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
used to be
obviously
NASCAR Cafe, I believe.
It did, yeah. And now they've changed a lot of stuff. You got NBC Sports Grill in there for the past handful of years. And as I'm walking by, there's a big sign. And one thing they're doing is the trick that you're going to hear endlessly this week. And folks, I apologize ahead of time for this, not from us, but from our brethren all over media. You are going to hear endlessly big game for the big game, all these things that people say because they can't say Super Bowl.
Yeah, that little fine line that's if they say Super Bowl, you get your ass sued.
You can, yeah. If you do,
at that point?
Well, if you have an event and you use Super Bowl in the event promotion, you are not allowed to do that. And they could go after you and get money from you.
What if your event's like, oh, we're having this great football event, we will be showing the Super Bowl?
I don't even think you can do that if it's part of a promotion. That's why they're all the big game this week. So this sign out in front
What if you say big game, but there are NFL logos and team logos all over your poster?
You can't do that. You're not going to get away with any of this. Can't say it in Pig Latin. You can't put it up there in another language.
Bootsy Moonshine and Big Doug Millionaire are bringing up the superb owl.
Nope, you can't do that.
You can't do the superb owl?
No, they're going to see right through that. You're using Super Bowl to promote stuff, and you're not allowed. So I walk by and it says the big game is going to be on Super Bowl Sunday. You want to spend it here with us? And it said, make sure you visit NBC Sports Grill for the big game. And I look at the bottom because I see an asterisk, and I go, what's going on here? And they're charging at this particular bar. I don't know how all the other bars are handling this, but they're charging $100 a seat inside the restaurant.
Tell me what it comes with, Sean. Tell me it comes with something.
I don't know that it comes with anything. I'll look it up because the one I saw from last year didn't appear to come with anything. It just seemed like it was $100. Now, it's not. Here's where they're going to get you on this, okay? It's not like you pay $100 for a ticket to sit down in there and you watch the Super Bowl. It's $100 minimum per seat. So
that's nuts.
Every person that comes in there, whether it's a 6-year-old or a grown-ass adult, is on the hook for $100 for every single seat if you're sitting in there during the Super Bowl. I don't know if they have to pay a bunch of money to broadcast the Super Bowl inside the establishment, and that's why they're on the hook for this. I also know, imagine you're not a drinker. It's kind of hard to get up to $100 tab.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how they can offer something like that, and they're surrounded by hundreds of places that are like, come watch it for free with us.
Yeah, there's a lot of places. Well, at least traditionally, I don't know unless everybody's changing on this. And MFQ on YouTube says, so $100 for a table reservation. No. $100 minimum spend per seat for every single seat. So if you're sitting at a table with 8 people in your group, you must spend $800 while you are watching the Super Bowl. And if you don't get up to that amount, I guess they just kind of pile it on there and say this was the minimum spend.
I wonder how pushy they are on that.
I don't know. I mean, they got the sign up out there. They're trying to get people ready for this to say, hey, this is what's happening. And the sign that I saw from last year, let me see. I'll see if I can get this back up. Okay, this was from last year's event, and it's from one of the Parks News websites. That was the 7th annual Super Bowl experience that they did. Last year, they had 2 tiers. This year, I think they may just have the one. And it said $100 per chair for a table with multiple viewing opportunities. A food and beverage minimum spend will be required dependent on the selection of the table. All payments will be limited to 1 check. All food and beverage items are subject to a 20% service charge, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't even say that you get anything with this. I think it's just to be in the bar or restaurant while the game is playing. So that's a lot, That's a lot of cash. Ceiling was talking about going to a fancy steakhouse and it costing a lot of money, but this is just...
They're calling it Super Bowl experience, too.
Yeah, but what's the experience? The experience is
I'm saying as opposed to big game.
Oh, you're right. They did say in that.
That's why it's that much money.
No, because outside it said big game on the sign.
Gotcha.
I don't think they would switch those back and forth. It said big game, be here for it, and then it said $100 minimum for every seat in the house, or per seat, it said. And I wonder, are there more places that are doing this? Or traditionally, as I recall, I don't think I've ever paid money to go to a bar and watch the Super Bowl, right?
No.
I don't think, unless there's been something extra where it's like you pay $50 to go to this bar and they've got a huge buffet of foods for you to eat from, or maybe you can get unlimited draft beers, whatever they would do as some sort of gimmick for the night.
I've gone to bars and not paid to get in that have a bunch of food that's offered, and it's really just like the unwritten rule is that you better be drinking.
Mm-hmm. Right, and I think you would almost have to be drinking to get it up to that price. This restaurant, for those of you who don't know, average meal's probably teens to 20s, $15 to $25 for the average meal at this place. It's a sports bar and grill. And if you have to spend $100, as I said, if you're not drinking alcoholic beverages, you can't even get there. You're just going to be forced to pay the extra, I would imagine. We'll see what's going on with that if you're hearing this at other places. But generally, I've heard this happen with other things, but not with the Super Bowl itself. What do you think? Send us a dispatch. Would you pay that much money? Or would you sit on your couch and watch it on your big-ass TV in your comfy house, please?
I mean, I do have a big-ass TV. The $100 per chair says for a table with multiple viewing opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Or $85 per chair with a table with viewing of the game. What's multiple viewing opportunities? Are you sort of
TVs you could turn around to? It's all the same shot, is it not?
Are you implying that there will be different things shown? That you won't have every single TV on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think what they're saying there is if you're at a seat where you can see clearly on multiple screens, it's more. If there's only like one screen where you can see the game, it's a little less. But I don't even think they have that this year because the sign did not say anything about $85. It said $100 a seat. That's quite a bit. All right, we want to hear from you on that. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch as the run-up to the Super Bowl is on. It's going to be a big, big, big party, and there's going to be way more advertisements than you've ever seen in your entire life, including, and I thought this was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to be so prominent in CBS's coverage, the Sphere in Las Vegas. They made all sorts of like special stuff for the Sphere, and they're going to be showing this live during the Super Bowl. And they showed a demo of some of it for those of you watching. I'll explain it for everybody else and put it up on See It Now. And it's crazy looking. Take a look at this, C-Lane. You see Super Bowl, whatever, Las Vegas. You got all this stuff spinning around on it. They got all the Super Bowl graphics. It's pretty in-depth thing. And I don't know if they can have like live game coverage or anything, but I think they said they're going to have stats updates and all sorts of stuff that they're going to feature on this big giant orb out there in Las Vegas that so many people have been talking about.
I mean,
I'll pop that up on
NBC has not NBC because it's not on NBC. If CBS or the NFL, that's what I was trying to get to, it has taken over the ball to do so, then they can put whatever they want on there. I don't know that they're going to put the game on there, but yeah, if it's just a fun place to put, your yards and all kinds of passing stuff, the stuff that you would usually put for fantasy football.
Well, you know what they do. They go, all right, we got a second here. We got a moment to breathe in the broadcast. Let's do the flying overhead shot of the city and like the downtown area. And if they do that and then they get the Sphere in Vegas with some cool graphics on it, that's what they're going for. And they're going to love that as an option to go to. Because we know, as we said last week, it's a big, big production. Okay, let's go to a couple of dispatch. Oh, you know what? We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break. Then we'll come back for those dispatches to see what's on your mind as we kick off a week. And we'll talk about how much everything is getting cost-wise for the Super Bowl. And there was an altercation at a comedy event over the weekend as well. All of this going down and a lot more that we're going to get to. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. The rest of our Monday will feature some off and on scattered showers. Most of these will be fairly light to moderate. No real thunderstorm activity is expected. These showers will gradually taper off, especially throughout the overnight. But tonight and into tomorrow, we start to see our winds pick up. We're expecting wind speeds as high as around 20 to 30 miles per hour. Temperatures will be cooler as well, with highs only in the mid-60s under a mostly sunny sky. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
One thing's for sure, it will heat up again in Florida. The weather will get warm as it always does, and you need to make sure your AC is ready for it. So now's like the perfect time, actually, for you to jump on board with preventative maintenance from Mills Air. What you do is you call them up at 407-277-1159. A human being will answer the phone. Imagine that in 2024. And they will get you all set up for preventative maintenance if you're ready to sign up for it. They'll have one of their techs come out, and their techs can service any kind of AC. It doesn't matter what brand you have. They know these things inside and out, top to bottom. They are really, really good at what they do. And they're going to look at your AC and see specifically how your setup is doing. What do you need to work on? Is everything running exactly as it should? Are you ready for the temperatures to crawl back up in spring and summer? And that is great peace of mind to have. They've been doing this since 1992. That is 32 years of experience in keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs can service any brand out there, as I said, so it doesn't matter if you're a Carrier user or not, but they are a Carrier factory authorized dealer, so they can get you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. You can find them online at millsair.com.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back. Upsingers.
Backing you up.
So I order food on EasyCater for a meeting with a new client in Jackson.
Gotta feed clients in Jackson.
On my way to the airport, it hits me. The client is actually in Jacksonville.
Feed clients in Jacksonville. See?
So I call EasyCater. Nina picks up right away.
Gonna fix it for you.
She called me right back and said, you're all set.
Nina fixed the Jackson accident.
Jackson? EasyCater has your back with 24/7 support. Order at easycater.com and know.
We got your back.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older, or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. Aspireallergy.com, and tackle your allergies head on.
Here at Massey, we've seen the damage termites can cause. That's why we've protected homes from termite damage for almost 100 years. Our termite protection program doesn't just protect your home from termites, it gives you peace of mind. That's why our termite protection guarantee covers your home and all the things in it. When we protect against termites, we protect families. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Here's what a Fence Outlet customer has to say about their experience.
After the hurricanes destroyed our old fence, we took the advice of our neighbor and called Fence Outlet. They were fast and professional, and we love our new fence.
Check them out at fenceoutlet.com.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Get ready for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. March 11th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year, and you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance is the presenting partner of the 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, live at South by Southwest. To learn more or start a quote, visit thehartford.com/small business. With insurance designed for your small business, the Bucks got your back.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
You join us on the show with a dispatch. Do it now. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Record yours. We'll be real nice to you, unless it bombs. And then we'll be maybe a little bit mean and make fun. But that's not going to happen because I believe in you. This weekend, Courtney goes, you want to go see this movie, Argyle? And I said, yeah. I remember seeing the trailer for that.
I liked it. I like the idea of it, at least. I have not seen it yet.
I thought the trailer looked good, right? It's got Bryce... Howard, Clint Howard, Bryce Dallas Howard, Howard's daughter in it, and
where she was made.
The movie had a lot of big cameos, like tons of big celebrities were in this. You had Brian, what's his name from Breaking Bad, Cranston. You had just like all kinds of very famous people. John Cena was in it. Lots of big celebrity cameos. So I said, yeah, let's go see that. And she goes, whoa, that's more expensive than I thought. When she booked the 2 tickets through the app. And I go, how expensive was it? And she said, $42.54.
For 2 tickets?
And I said, for 2 tickets to the movie, $42?
That's outrageous.
That seems like a lot of money to go see a movie. And I was like, wow, I didn't know it had gotten that much more expensive.
I did. You guys just went to the movies like 2 weeks ago. Was it not that much?
Yeah, we go all the time. And I hadn't registered it as ever being that expensive. But when we got there, it was in like a special theater at the Regal. Like it was, the seats had subwoofers in them and you had more room than you generally do. And like it was pretty damn nice, honestly. I didn't mind paying the extra premium for it afterwards. But I did think about it and I said, okay, so she got a thing of popcorn. I got, I'm not going to tell you what I got because I sound like a little kid if you hear my movie
chicken
snack.
Fingies?
No, I wish I would have got chicken fingies. No,
you got tendies and some M&Ms.
I got a Starburst. I got a Starburst ice cream bar.
Oh my
Jesus,
gosh,
Sean! Starburst ice cream bar?
It was so good.
I didn't even know they made that.
Yeah, it was only like 70 calories. I thought it was a win, so I took that. So we go in there and
70 calories per serving, but 16 servings.
Between the tickets and the concession stuff, it was about $85 or $90 for the movie experience. And I was like, okay, let's see what this is like. Inside the theater was totally worth it and nuts, and I'm all about that. But if you haven't seen this movie, and by the way, it flopped this weekend, even though it was number one. It was number one with like 16 million-ish, right around there, but it cost Apple $200 million to make this movie. Once again, they're spending
why not release it right on their platform?
I don't know. They could have done it that way, and they will, I'm sure, put it exclusively on Apple Plus after the movie theater run, and maybe somehow, some way, in the very long term, they can make that money back. But if you open at $16, $18 million, you're never making back a $200 million budget plus marketing. You're just not. You're not going to do it. Good luck to you. So Argyle, if you don't know, is about this woman, and I'm not spoiling anything here, who is a book writer, and she writes like 007 style books about spies, and this one character that's a spy in particular. And the real spies start to go after her because what she's writing in her spy books is like prophetic, like it's turning out to be true. So the good guys and the bad guys want to get her so she can tell them what's going to happen next. That's the basic plot of this. Now, I had heard going in, they said, man, that twist, woof. And I'm a fan of the twist. I don't know about you guys. You like a movie with a good, like, M. Night Shyamalan kind of twist in it?
Yeah. I love a good twist, but not one that's going to be like, what happened? And then I think about it, no resolution to it. But, I like the rug pulled from under me.
Right.
So long as I'm, in the movie in a certain way.
As long as it's a good twist.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate the twist. And I like when I don't know that there's going to be a twist. But when somebody says, like, I'm not going to tell you the twist, you have already spoiled the fact that there is a twist. And now I watch the movie in a different way. Now I'm not the things that are presented to me. I go, are you real? Is this what the twist is?
Is this real life?
And then if Ashley knows there's a twist, well, then we're both screwed because she'll guess it and she's right like 80% of the time, and it pisses me off. And so it's like I like the twist, but I'd rather not know it's there.
Let me tell you something. I could say with full confidence, Ashley nor anybody else will guess the twist in this movie. Okay, this is just
that's a challenge.
If you started this movie and guessed the twist, I would go, wow. I don't even know how that would be possible. It would be very, very, very impressive to guess the twist in this movie. And so we're watching it, and there was one point where I'm sitting back, and I go over to Courtney, and I go, this movie is really good. And in my head, I was picturing it staying on the same sort of like path that I saw it on. And in my head, I was already like, I could see them doing 2, 3, 4 more of these and like exploring more of this universe. Wow, I could see this really being cool. And then the twist.
Oh.
And the twist hits, and Courtney and I both look at each other like, what the hell?
I can't see anymore. I want another starburst.
And my starburst is long. My starburst didn't even make it past the trailers. I ate that son of a bitch about 5 seconds.
Is that with bite, or are you kind of like a popsicle?
No,
I
don't look anything like a popsicle. I'm a grown ass man. Right. I chomp away at those things. Mm-hmm. Though I did hear a guy.
There's Starburst in the ice cream.
It's like a sorbet pop, and it was Starburst, and it was delicious.
Is Starburst flavored, or there's Starburst in it?
You're getting sidetracked. It was Starburst flavored. Starburst.
Because if there's Starburst in it, it sounds like a bad time. Nobody wants an ice cold Starburst.
No, it wasn't that. So I gobbled it down. Right. So then we get twist, and we look at each other, and we're like, "What the hell?" And we go, okay, maybe.
Which Starburst was it flavored as?
I hate you right now. It was orange. Okay, it was an orange, whatever orange is. That's what it was.
Does that mean you have like an orange tongue?
No, I didn't have an orange tongue. It was dark. Nobody could see any of this.
All right. So
as we're sitting,
you finish your Starburst.
All of a sudden, another twist.
Oh,
double twist.
Okay, double twist. And then we look at each other and we're like, what? And another twist.
Okay.
And another
right.
twist.
I want to see the movie.
And another twist. And another twist. And I kid you not.
Too many twists for you?
There's about 14 twists in this movie. And this movie reminds me of the meme with the Spider-Mans that are pointing at each other. Like, that's this movie personified. And at the end, we're both like, what just happened? What did we just watch? And some lady who did not like it was next to us, and she was storming out, stomping her feet. And she was so angry about this movie that she had just watched, Argyle, right? She's like,
well, it's a hit or miss when you go and buy tickets for a movie.
She's stomping and she's going away. And then all of a sudden, one of those end credit scenes started playing, and she came all the way back down the hall.
Well, I guess I've got to see this, huh?
And stuck her head around. And she's like, all right, I'll see what's going on here. And I didn't really get that, the end credit scene, and I won't spoil it anyways. But it was a thing, man. It was there's so many twists on twists on twists on twists that it makes Argyle an interesting movie, and definitely will give you, like the movie that I told you about last week, which was just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but gave Courtney and I a bunch to talk about. It gives you a bunch to talk about with the person you watched it with, which I like. I enjoy that. I think that's what one of the goals that a movie should have. But it's a little cheesy, or a lot cheesy. So expect that. And then I've never in my life seen anybody do it like this, with just twist, many twists.
Got a clip for the writer right here.
Again and again. Guess what?
I see what
this song.
there.
That song is featured in the movie.
Are you serious?
That's their whole thing. Cool.
They use that in the movie.
Are you serious?
Christina says about the end credit scene. Yeah, I know what they were doing with that, but I didn't want to throw that out there. I understood what the tie-in was because of the director, but I don't want to spoil any of that stuff. It was something. If you like movies with twists, if you're like M. Night Shyamalan fan style, if you're that person, this one might do it for you. It had me guessing like a million times. Did not know what was going to happen. I do know what's going to happen on Sunday, friends. It's the biggest of big games.
Yeah.
The mega game. The Super Bowl. Yeah. And this year, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers with Usher doing halftime.
Usher.
And if we went back to 2004, we're going to get in our time machine together, friends, and we're going to go back to 2004. Here we go. Get in. I'm in.
All right. An old helicopter.
There we go. And we're back in 2004. How much do you think a Super Bowl commercial costs? A 30-second Super Bowl commercial in 2004.
God. $2 million.
Okay, $2 million. What do you think, Seelan?
$2.1 million.
All right. All right. We got those guesses. Let's get back in the time machine. We're going to 2014. Get in. I'll leave you here. All right. We're in 2014. How much do you think a 30-second Super Bowl ad costs in 2014?
C-Line, go ahead.
$12 million.
$12.1 million.
All right. And we'll go back to present time.
You writing this down?
Yep. I got it all right here. Got all my files.
Oh, no. I dropped my phone.
It's stuck there. Sorry to hear about it. If we go back to 2004, Serena was very close. So was C-Lane on that one. In 2004, a Super Bowl spot of 30 seconds was $2.3 million. In 10 years, in 2014, the 30-second spot jumped up to $4 million. And now, in 2024, a 30-second spot is $7 million.
Oh, damn. So everything doubles at this point. I mean, I guess a little bit less for 10 years later.
Right. It's at $7 million. It's not quite a doubling, but yeah, very much close to a doubling in that span of time. And when I look at that, I go, can you ever make a Super Bowl ad worth $7 million to your company?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I would say that when they did it the first time they had Super Bowl ads, GoDaddy probably made that worth their while.
Yes, because GoDaddy was, nobody knew what it was.
No.
When we saw it, and then didn't they make at least the first couple rounds of ads like it was like porn or something?
It was like very risque, sexy ladies selling web domains.
But you have your Bud Lights, which are like, they're making their comeback because they did some sort of boycott or they decided not to have a Super Bowl commercial last year. But like, you watch a Super Bowl Bud Light ad and it's not, you're getting this light bulb saying, oh, I will try a Bud Light for the first time.
Yeah.
It's kind of just, you're excited to see what funny thing they're going to come up with.
You know what? I wonder if we're all in the same boat on this. All right, let's talk about this for a second, because Courtney and I had this discussion this weekend. I said, I don't know if it's because of my job, our job, if I feel like I'm not as susceptible to advertising. Do you guys feel that same way or no?
I think for the most part, then every once in a while I get this curveball in which there I am crying at a commercial that I didn't expect
No.
to.
Don't mean pulling emotions out of you. Don't mean that. I mean, you watch the commercial and you're like, damn, I'm going to go get one of those burgers, or I'm going to go do whatever was on the commercial. It gets you to purchase, to do whatever the goal is of the commercial.
I can't say. It's been a long time since I've done that.
Yeah. For me, that doesn't work. C-Lane, does that work on you?
I mean, if it was something that is in my wheelhouse that's new, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to want to check that out. But it's usually not.
Because for some people, they'll watch a Pizza Hut commercial. They'll be like, damn, let's get on the horn with Pizza Hut. And they'll order a pizza right away. It just doesn't work that way on me.
It doesn't work like that as far as like, okay, now I really want some Pizza Hut just because I haven't had Pizza Hut in a while. But if it's like, hey, Pizza Hut has a new crust where they, they stuff cheese and a bunch of garlic and then they do all this. If there's like something specific that we're like, oh, that sounds pretty good right now, let's do that.
Yeah, and then they melt down the phones nationwide. That's what generally you would think they would do. But a lot of the $7 million 30-second Super Bowl ads are more brand building.
Yeah.
Like Sabrina mentioned, the Budweiser, the Clydesdales, all that stuff. Those aren't even trying to sell you beer, really. It's just like, here's an ad, and if you like it, hopefully you think we're cool because we're the ones who bought this. Here's a beautiful ad about Americana. Clydesdales are galloping, and some guy's real hot after a long day's work, and he's sipping on a Bud Light.
Here's Publix to make you cry about something that's going to happen or maybe not happen in your life.
Father-daughter dance at the wedding, and Publix. Somehow they've tied this in.
Google did a really good one where they told an entire like life story or something by just the searches you would make. It started with like, hey, looking for a dating site. And then it was like, ooh, looking for cool first date spots. And then, where do I buy a ring? And like up until it was like,
how to get a baby stroller.
Yeah, but baby stroller was in there. And then it was like, funeral home.
Man. Real quick, before we go to break, somebody sent an email for you, C-Lane. The person's also named Christopher.
All right.
To tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
Hello, Christopher.
And it says something cute for C-Lane and Jackson. Christopher says, I've heard of parents setting up an email address with their child's name and writing them letters, uploading pics, telling stories and such.
How to be a dad.
And when they turn 18 or whatever, you give them the info and you let them go through the email account. It sounds like a modern photo book with real-time narration versus just how you remember it. Anyway, says Christopher. Any interest in trying that for Jackson?
I don't know if I would do it as like an email account. But, I mean, there's probably some stuff we should save away.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you want to have that stuff and remember those moments, obviously. I'm sure you're getting plenty of photos and stuff. When we return, we've got more to get to. We want to talk more about what happened at the Grammys. That'll be coming up, and obviously we'll have a more in-depth thing on the next episode. There was an incident at a comedy show we got to talk about. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
This Sunday, Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a bit of commotion due to accidents throughout the area. Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 408 westbound at Conway East Toll Plaza. The right turn lane is blocked on Sand Lake Road eastbound at Orange Blossom Trail. And expect delays due to an accident on John Young Parkway northbound at Old Winter Garden Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Vibrant, delicious, fresh, fun. That's the kind of high quality you can expect when you dine at Agave Azul Cocina Mexicana. Family owned and operated since 1998. Agave Azul Cocina Mexicana brings a highly stylized restaurant with a high energy vibe and flavorful menu that brings traditional and modern elements to Central Florida. Experience authentic Mexican cuisine at a location near you. Check out our menu at agaveazulcocinamex.com.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
Backing you up. So I order food on EasyCater for a meeting with a new client in Jackson.
Gotta feed clients in Jackson.
On my way to the airport, it hits me. The client is actually in Jacksonville.
Feed clients in Jacksonville. Oopsie.
So I call EasyCater. Nina picks up right away.
Gonna fix it for you.
She called me right back and said you're all set.
Nina fix the Jackson accident.
Jackson? EasyCater has your back with 24/7 support. Order at EasyCater.com and know.
We got your back.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
On game day, you want to focus on 3 things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. And football? Well, It's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, PAY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
At Plaza Live, and tickets for VIP go on sale very, very soon, so make sure you're paying close attention this week. This is going to be a really fun event that you do not want to miss out on, and we'll have more details either today on the show or tomorrow to get you all set for Just Okay. But right now, let's do what we love to do on a Monday, and let's welcome Amy Kaufeld from Fox 35.
Hey, you guys.
Hey.
Happy Monday.
There
Great
she
to see
is.
you.
Hey, how are you? Amy Kaufeld with us now.
What is this, velvet?
It looks nice. I like
it's
it.
Like so soft and comfortable. And I'm like, I just bought it on clearance, and I was like, oh, I got to hurry up and wear this before it starts getting hot around here.
Oh, it's great. Love it.
Tell us this, Amy Kaufeld, all right? Who is going to win the Super Bowl? Who is going to be the victor of this Sunday's Super Bowl?
Okay. So I really like Brock Purdy, and I really like McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm choking on my breakfast.
No worries.
So those are my two favorite. So yeah, so for the 49ers, I'm going with McCaffrey and Purdy.
All right.
San Francisco all the way.
All right. She believes the 49ers are going to win it. And you know what? She knows 3 times as much about sports. No, probably 4 times as much about sports than I do.
So you guys, this is so sweet. So Casey, who set me up, heard me choking, and he brought me water.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We don't have people
Thanks,
like that
Case.
here.
Love you.
Yeah, you know what they do at iHeart when you start choking during a segment? They come over and laugh at you. They point at you.
Yeah.
Sean will be like, hey, this is professional. Can you just control yourself for a second here? Sorry.
Jack Bradshaw will come over and he just points and laughs as you're choking away.
I love Jack. That's just the kind of guy he is.
He's a nice man.
I heard you enjoyed some of the Pro Bowl yesterday.
Okay, so so it was awesome. So we actually had really good seats. We were right in the middle.
Ooh.
On the AFC side. So we were right behind Peyton Manning and all the players for the AFC. We had great seats. It was very cool just to see everybody relaxed, having fun. The Citrus Bowl did an incredible job of Florida Citrus Sports is the ones that helped put all this on, and they're the ones who basically made sure that everything was set up and ready to go. The NFL had all these really cool halftime things that they could do, like obstacle courses. They were running through these big giant styrofoam things, and
you guys
it was just cool. It was
dodged
awesome.
the big storm that we kept getting warnings about, right?
Yeah. So as we were getting there, it was cloudy and a little sprinkly, and then the skies opened up and it was beautiful, sunny, and then of course we had all that nasty weather last night. But it was really fun.
You of all people should have known that it was a Fox Weather Impact Day, which is
True.
which has been we say that to each other now. We're like, guys, it's a Weather Impact Day. So that branding is sticking, Amy.
I love it. Sticking the hail on the ground last night. Did you guys see those pictures? It was crazy.
I saw a little bit of that. It was, it got a little windy and stormy at my place, but not for so long. And then some other people I saw posting online, and I guess they got hit particularly bad. With hail and with really strong winds that people were seeing yesterday.
The way that Good Day Orlando, Brooks Gardner, he's he's now main weatherman. Was it yesterday morning? He goes, what the hail? And I go, he's right up my alley, that Brooksy.
We still have to get your sunset picture on, Sabrina. We're working on that.
Okay, I didn't tell the guys about it. John, did you see it on X, on Twitter?
No.
Twitter X?
No. What? No. What'd you do?
So they have Snap
It's
the
hilarious.
Sun, and so you send it over, you tag them, and then they'll play it on the news for you. And so I got a beautiful sunset picture, and then I just try to sneak my face into it.
Okay.
So I put my face, like just my face itself, on the stop sign, and it was very small. And I sent it over, and Brooks caught it immediately. So it didn't
But
make the
I
news.
did not.
Oh, you did not. You're like, thanks so much for
retweeted
contributing.
it, and I was like, "Oh, this is gorgeous, Sabrina. Love you. Thanks." And then afterwards, I was like, "Wait a second.
Dang, it was like that
What's
one
wrong with
time.
that stop sign."
I tried to do like the baby of the day, weather baby, and it was just like me superimposed into a
That was
baby.
hilarious.
And it almost made the news.
Well, it was a big weekend in town
It was.
with the Pro Bowl and all these other things going on and a lot happening. And then, here we go again. We got to wake up and get back to it on a Monday as we march toward another big weekend. A lot of stuff going on next weekend as well. So what's grabbing your attention today, Amy Caulfield?
Well, I just want to give a shout out to the city of Orlando, because I think that when you have 3 major events going on in your city and you were able to pull them all off flawlessly, I think just huge kudos go out to all of the people who go into planning things like MegaCon and the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials, which was incredible. Drew huge crowds in downtown Orlando on Saturday morning. And then to top it off on Sunday with the Pro Bowl and to have everything go smoothly. I just think that, everybody deserves a shout out who worked to make all those things happen, because Sean, did you walk over and watch any of the marathon training?
No, I didn't. I didn't know exactly where anything was happening. I was interested.
You wouldn't have
in
been
it.
able to.
No.
You would have had to walk. Everything around us was blocked
Yeah.
off.
Was shut down.
Yeah. I thought it was cool and I was interested in it. I just didn't know necessarily where I was supposed to go, and I knew that there was just a lot of traffic.
Yeah, it was
everywhere.
crazy. It was crazy. But I think the thing that, and I was just looking at, I didn't go either, but I was looking at video that people posted online. I think the thing that shocked me the most, and I guess I've never watched a full marathon before. They are sprinting the whole time.
Yeah, that is otherworldly for people like
It's
us.
insane.
Yeah, not only are they doing that, some of the best at it in the world.
Was this an Olympic qualifier? Like the people that won this,
Yeah.
are they going to the Olympics?
So the top 3 women who competed on Saturday are going to be on the Olympic team, and then the top 2 men. I'm not sure why the numbers are different, but yeah, so 3 women, 2 men.
Because my friend was complaining a bit. Now he comes from the situation of living in a place where they told him he couldn't leave his apartment complex with a vehicle unless he parked somewhere else before Saturday. Like they were blocked off, and he was complaining to me. He's like, if these people, if they already know who's making it to the Olympics by 1 o'clock, why the hell are people even running this thing as late as 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon? What are they still doing there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a feat of strength to be able to pull this off. And I've seen a couple of marathons like this. And when I say seen them, it was when I was in Chicago and I could just look down and the street next to my building, they were running. And you're right. Those guys, like, it's not like the Disney marathon you went on one time where you walked 5 miles and then you galloped a couple more. And no, it's a whole thing. And it's very, very impressive feat for those
Did
folks.
any of you guys go to MegaCon?
No, I did not.
Wish.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Great spot, though. Love it.
Yeah, we've been before. We broadcast from MegaCon one time, which was weird.
What was weird about it?
It was weird because we were broadcasting from where the line was to go inside the event.
And a table like that, we come off as if we have things to give to people.
Yeah, people keep coming up. And
You didn't have any magnets?
No, not at this time. This was a long time ago.
And then we don't have like
Pre-magnet.
speakers like that are, playing anything. So it just looks like us and our headphones in which we have some sort of product or like even an opportunity to talk to people that are coming up to us. But we're like, well, we're on air. Actually, no, sorry, we're on air right now. And then I was also dressed up as Han Solo, but no one knew that.
Oh.
All the people would come up to us and they'd be like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing over here? And we're talking on the radio. We're in the middle of it. Oh, I like to talk on the radio.
Okay.
It was like they used to put us at this event at the Science Center, Amy, and everything at this event at the Science Center was really hands-on for little kids, and it was
Except
like
for us.
all these cool experiences. And then we weren't hands-on, obviously.
But we
And so-
came off like as if, do you want to see what it's like to be on the radio?
Yeah, and the little kids would turn the corner and they'd see us doing a radio show and they'd be like, okay, cool, where's the line start for the radio thing? You know, well, these losers are going to wrap it up soon. And then
You should have just sat them down and interviewed them. You could be
did
like,
one, I
you could
believe.
say the darndest things,
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
We didn't have a
right.
dumb button for that at that point.
Yeah, we may take some hits for that. I could see that getting us in trouble.
Oh, gosh.
What else
well,
is
the other
on
big
your
story,
radar?
you'll see it when you pop up our website today, is Florida, and this is not a shocker, Florida ranked highest in the nation for shark bites. We're actually usually ranked highest in the world. And the headline says, see what county had the most bites. I'm pretty sure you guys can guess.
Oh, is it?
You want to guess?
New Smyrna.
Yeah, Volusia.
All right.
It's always Volusia County. Yeah. So, but some of the bites, I mean, I think the worst one that we had last year, you guys remember the guy that was like bitten in the face? Remember that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
Yeah,
like,
so,
as far
so,
as
yeah.
the most shark bites, but we don't have, like, people losing their arms. It's just
Correct.
For the
It's
most
usually
part,
like
marks.
bite and
Right.
then they let go, bite and let go. Right. I mean, we don't have great white attacks. It's usually spinner sharks or black tips or, like the smaller ones. But Volusia County had 8 shark bites last year. One of them was the guy that got bit in the face. Brevard had 2, St. Lucie 2, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, Escambia, and Pinellas all had 1. You don't really hear about people getting bitten by sharks much on the Gulf side.
Man,
But,
a shark bite to the face is really something.
Isn't that awful?
I also feel like a
Wait,
little
here,
avoidable.
I'm going to show you his pictures.
Yeah, I
God
don't-
bless him.
I don't know how
if
that
you guys
even
remember
happened.
When this happened.
The next
All right,
thing I
hold on, here
know,
we go.
the shark was just biting my head. That's rough. Amy's going to show
All right,
us.
there we go. See it?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Remember that guy?
That's not comfortable
Cool
there.
scar, though.
Can you imagine? I mean, yeah, I guess, but gosh.
If you had to
I guess-
choose alligator bite or shark bite, one of the two is going to happen to you. Which one do you
Shark
go
bite.
for?
Shark.
Alligator will bite you and then
think-
do the twist.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. I think that, because the alligator, they do that. What do they call that? The death roll?
Yeah,
Full
that's-
body, death roll.
That's
Yeah.
not good. That's very,
I don't
very
want
tough.
the death roll. No, thank you.
Well, all right.
That's scary. Do you guys remember Wekiva Island? There was a teacher that was swimming. Gosh, this was years ago.
Really?
But she was swimming, and she had gone a little bit further down and was kind of off the side in an area that you probably maybe wouldn't want to swim in. And that's exactly what it did. The gator grabbed her arm and did the death roll and just took it right off.
Wow.
Oh, that is.
Terrible.
You said that way too calmly.
Just took it right off.
He's a
Popped
professional.
it right off there. All right. The always amazing, very, very talented Amy Caulfield to Fox 30.
Thanks, you guys.
Love you, Amy.
There she is.
Love y'all.
And we've got her down for the San Francisco 49ers. She knows much more than we do. So
Not really.
That's what I'm going with. I'm going with you. I'm going 49ers all the way. And we'll see if they end up winning this Super Bowl. And we'll see you next week. No, we won't actually. We're out next
Are you guys
week.
off for
Yeah.
the holiday?
Yeah. We will see you after.
I like that you're calling it a
next-
holiday.
Wait a second. So wait, President's Day holiday or no?
No,
We have a little bit of a floater, so we decided to.
Oh, a floating holiday.
But you will see me on Twitter as I try once again to sneak my way onto Good Day Orlando.
Yeah, it could happen. You're
I'm going to tell Brooks to make it happen.
Thank
All
you.
right. A quick break when we come back. Oh, and by the way, make sure you're following along and follow for all the stuff that she's involved in over at Fox 35. And Amy Caulfield is what you could search for on all social media platforms. I follow her. She's my favorite follow,
Same.
especially over on Instagram. And watch the show each and every day if you're here in town. Good Day Orlando on Fox 35. Thank you, Amy. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
There she goes. Amy Caulfield. She's the best. All right. When we come back, we're going to get into the comedy show incident that I talked about, something that happened this weekend at a comedy show. What was it? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a bit of commotion due to accidents throughout the area. Travel with caution. US 27 northbound before Holly Hill Road. The left lane is blocked. 2 left lanes are blocked on State Road 408 westbound at Conway East Toll Plaza. Authorities are clearing up an accident blocking the right turn lane on Sand Lake Road eastbound at Orange Blossom Trail. Travel with caution through there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today with That Mortgage Guy Don. That Mortgage Guy Don is the president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage. He's also the host of the Home Loans Radio Show. And most importantly, he is here for you. He has over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. So very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I could say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like an actual human and a friend and not like a number like all the other mortgage companies would. Now, that mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not, which is very important considering that chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So if you want to see a difference, go to the website right now, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. It's thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida.
If it's legal, we'll repeat that it is legal.
Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
It's more than just a fence. It protects your future gardener.
Mom, look at my tomato.
Wow. Your future Olympian. And your future best in show. Get your free quote today for all the future brings at fenceoutlet.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
On game day, you want to focus on three things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. And football, well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is where names are made. And at Daytona, those names are bringing a whole lot of smoke. Austin wants the smoke. Justin wants the smoke. Cole and Haley, give them all the smoke. There's plenty to go around, but remember, if you can smell the smoke, that means you're not the one making it. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona, February 17th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hey, you're up next.
My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
The NFL playoffs are here, and there's no better way to stay up to date on the latest from our league than with the Around the NFL podcast. Join me, Dan Hansis, and my buds, Mark Sessler and Greg Rosenthal, for news and fresh content all playoffs long. We've been doing this together for over 10 years, and the playoffs always offer up something we've never seen before. We'll preview and recap every game as we make our way through the playoffs and to Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Listen to the Around the NFL podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Heed the call.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY. P-A-Y. Pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
If you ever need to talk, he'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the News Jump.
Kicked out of events because that happened in multiple locations this weekend, including Matt Rife, the comedian, the TikTok comedian, who just exploded to fame and popularity and all that, sold out shows.
Then they got a little rip from under him.
Then boom, right back down to earth as he got a heat for a bunch of things, including a lot of people are just like, hey, this dude's not all that funny. He's just not really fantastic. And some folks got mad, I think, about in his stand-up special, Matt Rife had some like domestic violence jokes, which at the time I said people should have been offended by just how bad they were. It was truly the thing where
I think ChatGPT could have come up with better stuff.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Like, it was literally, what do you tell a woman with two black eyes? She's already been told twice. Like, that's the joke basically that he told. And you go, wow, how clever! Give this man millions of dollars. And also at the time I said I watched the stand-up special. I didn't think it was super funny, but I don't think I'm the target audience. I think at the end of the day, it's a different demographic that he's going after, and not me. I'm not in it. So he's doing a show this weekend, and I'm sure sold out. New York City. He's doing his thing. And in the middle of it, something happened. We don't know exactly what happened right now, but adult film star Lisa Ann was dragged out of the Matt Rife comedy show in handcuffs. Like, cops had cuffed her and were pulling her out of there. And there's video of her being dragged through this place.
Is she a notable adult film star?
Yeah.
You both actually know her because
I'm familiar with her. I mean, she's one of like the old school 90s names, is she not?
Yeah. She isn't as much as she was in the Nail and Palin movie.
Oh.
I know one of her co-stars too.
So Nail and Palin was Lisa Ann as Sarah Palin. She was impersonating her in that porn. And something went down at this show. She gets hauled off. She said that she went to jail, but I guess she didn't really. They released her 30 minutes later or something, and they don't know exactly what happened inside. It says, I did nothing wrong. I didn't touch my phone. I wanted to see Matt Rife because he's a friend of mine, and I go to jail, she said. This is not a bit. Real life, I was arrested tonight at the Matt Rife show at Radio City Music Hall, #WTF. And another WTF had by many who saw rapper Killer Mike after he got 3 Grammy Awards. He was arrested. Who gets arrested after getting 3 Grammy Awards?
I think it was completely
a real
uncalled
rapper,
for.
an actual rapper.
Did they need to do that? Did they need to make it a whole scene?
I don't know. They said there was a fight, that he got into a fight at the event.
Oh, and against who? And let me guess. I actually know the answer, but it just seems to be the formula of somebody notable gets in a fight with security guard, only the other person gets in trouble. Despite
I don't know. Tell me what you know.
Security guard does.
Tell me what you know that happened here.
He got in an altercation with a security guard, leading up to. I guess he had walked up, And I made more of that comment of like, and we've discussed this in the past, where it's like security guards have been known, not all of them, that they are, well, this is my job, so I can just punch anybody in the face and shove them around. And the fact that they had to make a whole scene with him in cuffs is just so uncalled for.
It says he was being detained. It stemmed from an altercation inside the arena around 4 p.m., which I'm guessing that was like as the Grammys were going on, because that, it'd be like 7 o'clock on the East Coast. He was booked on a misdemeanor charge. His reps haven't said anything about this. He won for Best Rap Performance, Rap Song, and Rap Album at the Grammys. That's pretty damn impressive, actually. And he said, at 20 years old, I thought it was cool to be a drug dealer. At 40, I started to live with the regrets and the things I've done. At 45, I started to rap about it. At 48, I stand here as a man full of empathy and sympathy for the things I've done. Now, Killer Mike, has this guy been rapping for a long time, or did he only get famous later on?
No, he's been rapping for a very long time.
Really?
Run the Jewels, right?
Oh, he's in Run the Jews? Because I know the other one. Did I say Jews?
Yep, sure did.
Run the Jewels. I know the other Mike. What's the other Mike?
Magic Mike.
No. There's a Killer Mike, and there's another Mike that's big. But I can't remember his name right now.
Mike D.
I'll run into it. No, it's not Mike D that's the Beastie Boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not that guy. But Killer Mike,
and it's EP, like IP. It's a tiny white guy, and then Killer Mike is giant black guy.
That are in Run the Jewels?
Correct.
Okay.
And then Killer Mike has made a lot of news when it came to gun rights, and he's very outspoken politically. And they, I think they tried to set him up for the okie doke because they found out he gave his daughter a gun, despite him being very for gun reform in the country.
Okay.
We've discussed this in the past. Regardless, it's like this was not necessarily about his advocacy for guns or gun reform. It was him, after receiving 3 Grammy Awards, they gave him a perp walk.
Yeah, but I don't care if he got 3 Grammy Awards or not. If he did something and they should have arrested him, they should
Will
have
Smith
arrested him.
slapped a guy and they didn't have him in cuffs walking around for all the paparazzi to see.
Right. I know. They should have. They should have arrested him on site and hauled his ass out of there. When they ended up not doing that, I think that was one of the weirdest things to ever happen. He just sat there for the rest. Was that wasn't the Grammys, was it?
The Oscars.
That was the Oscars, right? We're just in like award season right now because we just had a couple of different award shows, and now all of a sudden this one. I think Killer Mike is the guy that I know. I've interviewed him. If this is the same guy I'm thinking of way back in the day, maybe I'm getting it confused with Prison Mike, which, although very hardcore, Prison Mike is a totally different guy altogether. But good for him, man. 3 awards. And then
Mike Jones? Somebody said Mike Jones?
No. I think it was just Killer Mike, and I didn't recognize the name. I talked to him a long time ago for a show I was doing.
What did you guys talk about?
We talked about the rap game, hip hop.
Oh, what did you have to offer Killer Mike about the rap game?
At the time, I was probably a little more plugged in because this was maybe 20 years ago, 18 years ago.
At the time, he was known as Aggravated Assaulter Mike, and Sean's like, no, man. You need to step it
I
up.
got something for you.
Kill him.
Well, they only hit him with a misdemeanor, so that does say something. Like, was this really worth all that? If it was just a misdemeanor charge that led to it? I don't know. We'll have to wait till we learn exactly what this altercation was all about. And they announced, to the dismay of some, that the next SNL host will be Shane Gillis, the comedian who was famously hired and then fired by SNL.
You see, everyone gets a second chance.
Back in 2019. I think it may have been, believe it or not, the best thing for his career that he didn't make it on SNL because that got a lot of press afterwards, and he might have got lost in the shuffle on that show. But afterwards, his podcasts and then his appearances and stand-up started to slowly build. And he's turned himself into a pretty damn big name out there in the comedy world, so much so that it's like, let's bring him back around. If you're not familiar with him, he's got a couple of big stand-ups out there. One is on Netflix that's very good. It's one of the few stand-ups I've seen recently where I was like out loud guffawing, laughing as hard as I could at a couple of the bits that the guy did.
One that keeps coming up is the sketch of Uncle Daycare that he does, which it's very not appropriate for radio, but
a lot of it isn't.
Give it a gander because it's LOL City.
That one of the famous ones is his whole thing about assassinating presidents, which is very funny. And he's got a bunch of stuff that he does. So I'd really, really be excited to see him on SNL.
Why did they fire him again?
They fired him because once they announced they were hiring him, somebody had gone back through episodes of this podcast that he did. And people in 2019 were almost at peak sensitivity to those kind of things. And there was like some Asian jokes that didn't go over well. Ooh. And they announced right afterwards they were firing him. But if you ever listen to him, if you listen to him talk, if you listen to his stand-up, he's not who a lot of people think he is. He's interesting in a way, Shane Gillis is, because he'll talk about things like he has a whole bit about Down syndrome people, but he talks about it from a different direction, from a different aim. Whereas he's got a family member who has Down syndrome, I believe, and the jokes aren't on the Down syndrome person, which is like the ultimate punching down cheap shot move. And he goes in another direction, which is very, very creative. I like what he does. I think he's very, very good. And that's interesting that he'll be hosting SNL 5 years after he was hired and then fired very quickly after that. BDMX Con said he did a bad Asian accent on his Matt and Shane Secret podcast. Oh, well,
Not so secret.
C-Lane ain't getting on SNL anytime soon, then I think that's the case.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't know if I actually saw this video or I heard somebody describing it. Somebody said his video, it was where his plane is going down, and he starts calling everybody and telling them off.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Instead of like calling the people that he wants to say like I love you to. I think I heard about that.
He calls and says the things that he's been pissed off about secretly for a long time. Yeah. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? A Grammys recap, and I promise it's only maybe 40% about Taylor Swift. An update on Darius Rucker's arrest last week, and it's a real hootie. Plus, we bid adieu to Carl Weathers, and apparently we also have to say goodbye to the original cut of his Super Bowl commercial. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
No. Hold on. You guys are fast forwarding. We're at the beach.
Okay.
And Angel and Carlos and we say, Ryan, please put some suntan lotion on my back.
Oh, okay.
Would you rub suntan lotion on our back?
I would. What about my ass?
No, that's too far.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. The rest of our Monday will continue to feature these scattered off and on showers. We'll still expect a decent amount of dry time as temperatures make it into the mid-60s for highs. That is below average. For tonight, we'll expect to dry things out a bit. For tomorrow, increasing sunshine, but also increasing wind speeds. We're expecting wind gusts as high as around 20 to 30 miles per hour. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Savings Plans. Florida Prepaid College Plans can be used in-state or out at public, private, trade, and technical schools nationwide. Enrolling is quick, and prepaid plans now start at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid Open Enrollment is now.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Scott for Scott's here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollar weed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollar weed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back. Up Singers.
Backing you up. So I order food on EasyCater for a meeting with a new client in Jackson.
Gotta feed clients in Jackson.
On my way to the airport, it hits me. The client is actually in Jacksonville.
Feed clients in Jacksonville. Oopsie.
So I call EasyCater. Nina picks up right away.
Gonna fix it for you.
She called me right back and said you're all set.
Nina fixed the Jackson accident. Jackson? EasyCater has your back with 24/7 support. Order at EasyCater.com and know we got your back.
When you get your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt, prepare to shout, "Jackson Hew, yeah!" from the rooftops. In the event you don't get your biggest refund, you'll get your money back, plus $100.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind in the Under Oath podcast. You listen to a lot of attorney commercials, normally concerning the qualifications of that firm, that they will fight for you, that they don't get paid unless you get paid. Instead of doing a commercial, I'm just going to give you some free advice. If you get into a car accident, make sure you receive medical treatment from a doctor within 14 days. If not, the insurance companies can hold you responsible for the first $10,000 of your medical treatment. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Get ready for the big game with a free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game like Ross Tucker and his daily NFL podcast, NFL Now, and many more. Search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up? I'm tired of feeling so bloated.
That used to be me. Then I got this.
Align bloating relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right?
Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus Food Digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Get $5 off at alignprobiotics.com.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting?
In the world of entertainment and beyond. And hey, if you miss any of the show today or any other day for that matter, you can get the podcast. The links are up on the website. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. And if you have iHeartRadio, which we hope you do, you can subscribe right there, or any other podcast app that you might have. It's right there on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Are you jerking my bobber?
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com and the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps you're trying to figure out the process of either and you just don't know where to start, well, I got that covered for you. Go to thatmortgageguydawn.com and work with someone who, 1, has your best interest in mind, 2, he's an expert, but 3, he's going to treat you like an actual human. He's part of the Real Radio family, and he's going to be your future friend. Thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
It was 32 years ago, 1992, this group right here.
Oh, the New Kids on the Block.
That is correct. And New Kids on the Block on this day in 1992, they performed on the Arsenio Hall show just to deny lip-syncing allegations made by whom, you ask?
By whom?
Thank you, Sean. By a disgruntled fan who sued them for $75 million.
Wow. All right, that's a lot of money right there.
Big amount.
Yeah, $75 million bucks, saying that the fan eventually dropped the charges, but they were very upset, $75 million worth of upset for them, quote-unquote, lip-syncing at their concert, and they wanted the real deal. So there you have it. And now we step by step our way into the next topic, the big old Grammys, baby.
Yeah. Can't believe both of you watched.
I can't believe I did either. I mean, I was going to tune in and out, and there I was just watching all of it. And there were some moments, for sure. I gotta say, the audio people, not on their best game.
Oh,
there.
no. Was there some bad audio moments?
There was just moments in which someone was presenting something, and then by the only wide shot I ever saw, the entire stadium was filled. It was the Crypto.com stadium.
Right. Oh, wow. I didn't know they usually did it in front of that big of an audience.
Me either, because they just showed the floor and the people eating at the tables, maybe a couple lines of chairs, but it was like tier 2 and 3 were all filled up by, I imagine, fans.
Oh, wow.
And then someone would go to present, and it's like they just have the audience mic up, and you can barely hear the person.
There was a couple presenters where it sounded like everybody was talking, and you were just like, that sounds like crap.
And then you have a million people, but it seems like the only person that was focused on was Miss Taylor Swift.
A lot of camera time for her?
So much camera time, even to the point where you could see a lot of people over her shoulder, but it was like, what was she reacting to? What's she gonna do now?
I don't know if the NFL designates somebody to be to the Taylor cam on Sunday for the Super Bowl, but I would believe it if you told me that there was somebody for last night's telecast of the Grammys.
Just Taylor the whole time. So early in the night, she won her 13th Grammy, Best Pop Vocal. That's her lucky number. So at the time of winning the award, she did announce that she has a new album coming out, The Tortured Poets Department, dropping April 19th. And then she's like, I'm going to go and post the cover right now. And sure enough, she did. She also became the first person to win Album of the Year 4 times when she won for Midnights at the End of the Evening, which makes her the record holder for that now. Now, one thing she did not do last night was mention Travis. Tracy Chapman, as discussed earlier, surprise guest for Luke Combs. And then we're going to dive in a little bit more to what happened with Taylor, but I want to give everyone else their flowers for last night's performances and awards given. And one goes to Miley Cyrus. First time she's ever won a Grammy.
Yeah, and she didn't mention Billy Ray.
What?
She did. She tried to thank everybody she could, and then at one point was like, "All right, I think I've thanked everybody I love," and there was not a word for her dad.
She goes, I don't know if I forgot anybody, but I did forget my underwear. Hey, y'all, it's me, Miley Cyrus.
You know, I am a fan, believe it or not, of Miley Cyrus. I like her. I think she's super talented. I'm no fashionista. I thought her outfit was, I just didn't get it. I do not understand what was going on there.
The outfit was fine. Well, because she had 2 different ones. She changed, and then she had the one that she performed in. And then the performance had some ad-libs moment where everyone lost their mind. She's like, and I remembered that I won my first Grammy tonight, and we're dancing. But when she started the performance, she was like, Don't act like you don't know the song.
Yeah, I was like, is this going to go badly?
Look, we've talked about this before. Don't get into a fight with the audience. Don't start a fight with the audience during the show. That's not a good idea.
But the hair was a lot. But I guess her new boyfriend also had matching hair, so there was a reason for that. She won Best Pop Solo Performance. She now has 2 Grammys, and then during that second acceptance speech, she revealed that she was going commando. Fantasia did a killer job with Proud Mary. Annie Lennox also was part of the In Memoriam package. Somebody in production accidentally revealed Jimmy Buffett's portion way ahead of time.
Oh, no.
We had Stevie Wonder singing with dead Tony Bennett, which was also very interesting. I think the In Memoriam was a long segment.
Stevie Wonder's getting up there in age, and it's getting a little rough.
It was a little pitchy, but I also don't think that's his that was his vibe, was it?
I don't know.
I didn't see this.
And then I thought that the weirdest performance, in my opinion, was Travis Scott.
Okay.
Who spent a good portion of the end of his performance smashing chairs and throwing them at his hype man behind him.
Okay.
There
was speculation that he was raging out because he got snubbed for the best
How did
rap
he have
album.
so many chairs next to him? I thought that was part of the gimmick.
He said to his team ahead of time, "Hey, put a bunch of chairs there in case I don't get the Grammy."
Okay.
You're just going to wreck everything?
Someone who did get a Grammy and a Lifetime Achievement Award, but they call it something else.
Oh, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z got the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. And then they say he brought Blue Ivy on stage with him, but I watched as they announced him, and Blue Ivy kind of invited herself.
Oh, she just ran up there?
She was just behind. She's like, am I going with you? Am I doing that? And then he turns around, and Blue Ivy's still there, and so she stands awkwardly by him, and he gives some sort of impromptu speech, to which it seemed like a bit of a theme after him. It was, you're at the Grammys, talk smack about the Grammys, and talk about how the Grammys aren't that important.
They were saying he channeled his inner Kanye for a second there.
I'm going to let you finish.
But Kanye, he let himself on stage during 2 other people's acceptance awards.
Yeah, but
Jay-Z, this was all about him, so how was that his inner Kanye?
But just to complain about the fact that Beyonce has never won Album of the Year.
Oh, right. I mean, he asked that you check himself, and then he said, one of my favorite lines was, I'm sorry, when I'm nervous, I tell the truth. So you have it there. He asked people, some of you are going to go home tonight, feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. And some of you don't belong in the category.
That one got a weird laugh.
I thought it was funny. But there you go. And then just to wrap up the Grammys talk, Taylor Swift is now getting criticized for ignoring a very surprise guest. And that was Miss Celine Dion.
Different because she's got that, Celine Dion has that stiff person syndrome.
She looked great. It wasn't it seemed like she had an okay time walking. There were maybe a little bit when she was talking that you could see some stiffness.
Oh, no.
But it was very humbling, and you could tell that she was very excited to be there, and for many reasons. And then she announces Album of the Year, Taylor Swift wins, and then it becomes came off like they've been drinking a lot the whole night. And she just snatches the Grammy from Celine Dion and continues with her speech. And it's like, I don't know, I didn't expect this at all, you guys. Come on. I'm like, Celine Dion is not ever going to be able to perform again. This is her surprise appearance. And you can't just be like, thank you, Celine, or give her a hug, or have a moment in which the camera catches you're in front of a legend instead of just ignore her. It was very strange, and a lot of the internets is...
Forget that. Did she really say I didn't... I had no idea I was going to win this award. I'm so flabbergasted.
It was just it was all over the place. And it's like, I want to thank these people. Can you guys not come by me? I don't know what I'm doing right now. I feel alone, but this is awesome. Whee!
Can I say, the only time throughout all of this, because I love the troll aspects of Taylor Swift and NFL and all that stuff, and a lot of people getting triggered by it. I enjoy that. But the only time I've sided with those folks was when I saw the news pop off that she had announced that she's dropping yet another album.
Right.
And I was like, oh, sit down for a second, okay?
Well,
Like,
she hasn't had a new album in a bit. Remember, she just did the remaster, the Taylor's
she had
version.
she had a new album too. It was last year, which was every single song on the album
That's right.
came like almost all of those songs on the album became singles on the radio, and everybody's been inundated with this. It's like, just take a vacation, relax a little bit, calm down.
April 19th, she's dropping it.
Can't wait.
And someone who is dropping dead was we bid adieu to Carl Weathers.
Aww.
He did pass away. Did we mention this on Friday, or just
No,
the news did not come out until over the weekend?
It happened like right at the end of the show. In fact, during the show, Forrest had texted me and he's like, "Did you see Carl Weathers had died?" It was everything was wrapping up.
Big football guy, obviously. He was in the Rocky movies.
Quick test here for everybody. What is the thing you, Sabrina, remember him the most for?
Happy Gilmore Woodhand.
Happy Gilmore is a big one that people say. For me, it was Arrested Development.
Same.
Well, it was Arrested Development for you too.
You got a stew going.
Because whenever I hear somebody going, they'll say, "Oh, I remember him from Rocky." I'm like, I don't even know he was in Rocky until right now.
really
It was
watched the
Apollo
Rockies.
Creed.
Yeah, no, I just did. I had no idea. I'm not in tune with those movies.
I mean,
and
I'm
his
in
career
tune-
went so long, though. His career spanned so much time. Depending on how old you are, you had one thing that you connected with him on.
I'm in tune with Happy Gilmore, and I know him. I remember him in that movie. But at the time, like when I hear Carl Weathers is dead, I think he did some stuff. He might have done some Star Wars stuff too.
He did. He was part of The Mandalorian. He was
Yeah.
in Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago
he has a
Justice.
good part in The Mandalorian. That's unfortunate. But immediately I thought Arrested Development, and when people started saying Happy Gilmore, I was like, oh yeah.
Woodhand.
Do you know what Courtney said to me?
What?
She said.
That was Reading Rainbow guy. It didn't
She said
seem-
the Reading Rainbow
Yep.
guy died. And I
It took me
said-
a second. They do for people our age, me and Courtney. Like there's you glimpse his headshot from the earlier times, and it looks very, very
Well,
close to
they-
LeVar Burton.
They do look pretty similar.
They
One
like
was in
the
Star
same
Trek. One was in
height.
Star Wars. You know,
Yeah.
they look pretty similar actually. But I was like, no, different guy.
Well, I don't know if we'll be seeing him, but I guess he was part of the FanDuel's Kick of Destiny Super Bowl ad campaign. Already appeared in a teaser with Rob Gronkowski, and now they've announced they're making some changes because he dead AF now.
What? They're gonna take him out?
Well, they're adjusting their campaign accordingly out of respect for the family during their time of grief.
Guys, if I'm going to be in a Super Bowl
You know what
ad,
that means? No, we wanted to continue this campaign, and we don't have him anymore, so we got to cut him out of the original commercial.
Oh, I don't dig that so much.
No, me either.
I think if they asked the family, if they said, "How do you feel about this? Would you like us to air this or do something different?" If the family was not at issue with it, if the family was like, "No, we want him to be memorialized," I don't see why they would ever take him out. That's weird.
Exactly, and we got AI now.
unless in the commercial I am blown up or something like that. Unless I'm killed in the commercial. And still, if it was Super Bowl, I'd say leave it be.
It could be that, yeah.
Or-
this deal's so good, it's going to give you a heart attack. Or like if there's something about dying in it, no good. Then trash it.
Something almost got trashed, but I guess was just left to collect dust, according to the drummer for this group right here.
One more time.
They got the helmets on. They got the helmets.
They sure do.
Digital Love. They sing that song.
They work harder, faster, stronger.
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk
okay.
is right, and Daft
Damn
Punk's fifth album is in limbo,
Ooh.
according to the drummer. Now,
Daft Punk has a drummer?
that was my first question, but fourth and final album, Random Access Memories. And then in an interview that he did recently, he said he helped the duo record an unreleased album in 2018, which is supposedly coming out of the locker. Someone just needs to remember the combination. He also admits he doesn't know what's happening with it. Direct quote.
I thought they broke up, though.
They did, but they still have this stuff in the locker, and why not make some more money? Am I right? Yeah. On the boob tube, we have The Bachelor on ABC, Celebrity IOU on
got it.
HGTV. America's Got Talent Fantasy League on NBC. TMZ is going to investigate Kanye West. Unhinged but Unstoppable is the name of the special. And then you can catch Boy George on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Did you guys happen to see Kelly Osbourne at the Grammys?
So skinny.
Yeah, she looks like she's maybe on the Ozempic bandwagon, perhaps.
She admitted to that.
I'm not sure. She may have. I'm not that in tune with what's going on with Kelly Osbourne.
Do you have her pulled up? I haven't seen her.
No.
It was
the
just
reason
big purple hair and then just
the reason why she caught my attention was because I didn't know her date was one of the guys from Slipknot.
Oh.
And I guess the Slipknot guys just like they wear their masks everywhere when they go
Corey
out in
Taylor.
public. No, it wasn't him.
No, it's the other guy that I believe was with somebody that was in one of our very first Just Okay parties. Full circle.
All right, here she
burlesque
is.
Dancers.
This is her walking down the red carpet, and the dude she's with, he's got like his Slipknot gas mask on.
That must have been hot.
He's going down there. I'm like, does he sit in his seat at the Grammys and just wear that the whole time? Yeah, like if you got to get a drink or something, what are you doing here? I don't know how this works logistically, but I did not know that was a thing that they did. I guess so. When we come back, we'll get to a man, a porta potty, and an absolute disaster. What happened? Plus, Courtney and I witnessed quite the moment last night. And I want to tell you about this to see what you would have done in my shoes. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Have you ever left a Super Bowl party early but didn't want to miss any of the game? Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Checking in on I-4, you could expect your regular delays eastbound before US 27 and approaching the bend. Around the perimeter of I-4, traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 and the Greenway. There's a couple accidents to watch out for this afternoon. Sand Lake Road eastbound at Orange Blossom Trail, the right turn lane's blocked. And on State Road 408 westbound at Conway East Toll Plaza. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Every parent wants to set their child up for success. Florida Prepaid is here to help. We know that planning for college now is the best foundation for your child's future success. A Florida 529 prepaid plan can be your first step to getting there. Our plans are flexible and 100% risk-free, so you'll never lose your investment. And now is the perfect time to lock in your plan because 2024 plan prices are the lowest they've been in 10 years, starting at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Enroll today.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
Central Square Technologies seeks a software developer to job code VG0124 to work in Lake Mary, Florida, or any unanticipated location throughout the United States. Develop, code, and enhance enterprise software, both web and Windows applications used by governments across the U.S. and Canada to manage finance, HR, payroll, work management, and contract management. Design and develop software applications and enhancement on FDI projects on roadmap, internal tools, and service requests. This position requires a minimum of a master's degree in computer science, information science, computer engineering, or related field, and 1 year of experience in the job or performing similar duties. Salary range is $92,227 to $113,714 per year. To apply, mail resume to Central Square Technologies. Attention, Paul Suppernant, 1000 Business Center Drive, Lake Mary, Florida, 32746.
Guarantee Media is giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99. But you must tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. If you're one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, we will include a second bonus destination to Orlando, Florida. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included, plus 4 days in Orlando for only $99. Tell me a country without the letter A in its name. Texting your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This is not a contest. It is paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every
Specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
crossroads between viral news and total.
Our friend Bossman Jack sends over this story that's just kind of developing where they say King Charles has cancer. And obviously King Charles, new king, hasn't been king for very long, got them big old sausage fingers, and apparently also cancer on the side. And this just says, very basic, Buckingham Palace is reporting that Britain's King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer. It's unknown what type of cancer or what the prognosis is. That's all we have so far.
Yeah, Buckingham Palace really knows how to keep everything nice and vague.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, when I saw this, I said, well, who's next? What if he dies of cancer? What if King Charles dies as a result of this cancer diagnosis? Does that mean it's not Harry that's next in line? He's kind of like, I don't know if he's fully abdicated, but I don't even think he's in the line anymore. It would be William, I guess, right? And
yeah, Prince William.
So he would be King William, I guess, would be what would happen if it were to come to the unfortunate end of King Charles dying. And that would change a lot of different things. It would also bring Harry closer to the throne had he not run away from all of the royal stuff and the royal family. And they don't know exactly what's going to happen next, at least not at the moment. Big Doug Millionaire says, that sucks being a king and still getting cancer. Yes, it does. That's how the world works. Doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how famous you are. All of these things can be disrupted by any medical crisis at any time. Makes you a little more likely to have all the health experts around you and more likely to discover things early if you are fortunate. And a king sure is fortunate in 2024. But I don't know. We'll see where that goes. That's an interesting one to follow moving forward. Thanks, Jack.
How weird would it be to experience, we don't know how bad this cancer is, but if it were bad, to experience the changing of a king twice in 1 year?
Yeah, right. I mean, that does not happen very often. I'm just going to see here if there's any other updates on this. Here's a statement from Buckingham Palace. I'll bring this up. Give me just a second to bring this up so we see a little more context on what's going on.
I remember when it was leading up to the Queen's death, Queen Elizabeth, how we were covering how the BBC and they had all these protocols in place and all this, I think like almost a rehearsed kind of, change of clothes.
Which leads me to believe that wouldn't make this announcement if they did not have everything set in place.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Real quick, though, on YouTube, Sea Witch says Harry isn't even close to being on the throne, which is why, he went to California.
Harry's number 5 right now.
It goes William and then his kids. Harry was a spare and no longer needed. All right, here's the actual statement from Buckingham Palace. I have it in front of me. It says, during the king's recent hospital procedure for benign prostate enlargement, a separate issue of concern was noted. Subsequent diagnostic tests have identified a form of cancer. His Majesty has today commenced a schedule of regular treatments, during which time he's been advised by doctors to postpone public-facing duties. Throughout this period, His Majesty, so cringe that we talk like this in 2024, will continue to undertake state business and paperwork as usual. The king is grateful to his medical team for their swift intervention, blah-blah-blah. His Majesty has chosen to share his diagnosis to prevent speculation and in the hope it may assist public understanding for all those around the world affected by cancer. Enza, it says, as the statement wraps up. So there we go. That's what we know about that. I know this. Last night, we went to grab some food. We went to grab some dinner after we saw Argyle, the movie. And we went to a place that's not like an upscale place, but it's a nice place. You don't have to wear like a suit and tie or anything, but it's a place where you would not see a whole bunch of really sloppy drunk people. It's not like a dive bar, all right? It's a restaurant. And so we're sitting there and we're eating and enjoying ourselves and we're talking about the movie we just went to. And I swear to you, I kid you not, the drunkest couple I have ever encountered in my life.
Oh, ever, Sean?
Ever encountered in my life enters the bar. All right, I'll pay this off. Okay, this guy and this woman come and sit down like 3 seats away from us. So we're close, but we didn't have to be that close.
Strike one.
They were screaming everything that they were saying. And she was coming in hot because the first word out of her mouth as these two drunk folks sat down on their stools, and right as the bartender was coming over to get some orders from him, was they were like kind of arguing with each other. And she goes, yeah, it might be helpful if you stop raping people. What?
Oh.
And I go, whoa.
Record scratch moment.
And Courtney goes to like tap me on my knee to alert me. I'm like, you don't have to alert me. It's just on display in front of everybody. And he says, you goddamn C word. And this is loud, right? He's saying this loud. And they start like slurring and all this. And they're going back and forth. I told you to never bring that up. And I'm going, what is happening?
Date night is very interesting.
Like, it just happened behind me on the screen in the studio where Homer Simpson sinks back into the bushes. But that's how I was feeling. And I go, I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if maybe they'll say, we're not going to serve you. We're going to kick you out of here. You guys are causing a scene. And they go from yelling about that to all of a sudden we look over.
Full-blown making out.
Full-blown making out.
I knew it.
Full-on sucking face, making out with each other and like rubbing each other. And
wow.
And I go, wow, this is really a lot to behold. And I'm trying not to catch eyes with this guy because I feel like he's pulling everybody into his orbit. Like the other guy on the left of him caught eyes with him, and he's like, you know what I'm talking about, right, man?
I can't stand that.
And
You're doing everything you can because, the moment you meet eyes, it could take a millisecond, and you are roped.
I'm like, let me stay in constant conversation with Courtney so there's no openings where this guy could dive in and say something to me. And it got quiet again, and then she went right back to the hard R word. And
that was going to be my first guess of what she said out loud.
She's like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what you did.
Oh.
And she is like going on and on about how he apparently, she's suggesting, raped somebody. And they're fighting over this. And then they go back to making out again. And she stands up, like I think as they sat their food down, because they were still serving them, believe it or not. And everybody heard this. This wasn't just like I heard this. It was loud for the entirety of the restaurant, which may have been a bodega of sorts.
Yes.
To hear all of the things that were going on. And so she, out of nowhere, stands up, and I believe she grabbed her keys out of her purse.
Perfect.
And then headed into the parking lot. And I go, okay, this is not great. And then he stands up about like a minute or two later, and he goes outside. And I waited a second, and then I was like, that was a whole thing. And then I looked over, and he had come back. And oh, my God, he's back here. And he's like loitering around, finishing off his drink. And he left and came back like 5 times. And then he left for like 5 minutes and came back in, and he goes, you seen a red cell phone around here? And we're like, buddy, you ain't fond of the phone. It's not. And then the bartender goes, I can call it if you want me to. And he goes, no, it's been dead for hours. This guy's night is a mess. And then he says something like, I got to get home to my kids. And I'm like, what in the mess are we looking at here? And the whole time I was like, should I say anything? And if I say it, what would I possibly say?
Don't say anything. What were you going to say, man?
There's nothing I can add to that. I was like, I can't fix anything that's going on here. I just have to watch this on display. And oh my God. And when they walked out, everybody was like, whoa. The temperature of the room changed significantly in like 5 seconds. That is how you come in hot, man. And you guys, you knew it right away. You've seen this before. When a couple comes in and there's like some really insane dramatic stuff, like that's the height of drama to throw out those allegations. And then you're making out 5 seconds later. You go, God, you guys, I think you've had enough to drink.
No.
I think you've had enough to drink, right?
Now, good luck telling those people that.
Yeah, there'll be, no, I'm fine. And I'll wake up the next morning and not remember any of this, not recall that whole thing was on display in front of all the people that were around me. Somebody said, "You mean the kids weren't in the car?" Alicia on YouTube, I hope the kids weren't in the car. I really, truly hope they weren't. He just said something about the fact that there were kids. He said, "I got to get home to my kids." I go, "This dude's a dad too? Man, damn, this is a whole thing." So there you go. And I said absolutely nothing. Just took in the spectacle was the best solution I could come to. We got to get to your dispatches. I haven't played a single one today, and I feel a little bit bad about it. So we'll work in those in a moment. But there was an incident with a porta potty that we must discuss. And this was at a Denver park. I've seen the guys on my street who are doing a lot of construction right now, screwing around like this. In fact, the other day when we were walking by, one of the guys from the construction site had gone into the porta potty, and all the other dudes were like smacking the side of it and shaking it around. And
Classic.
I was like, God, this is a foul move for you to do. But it didn't end up, obviously, in the news like this guy did. This guy was in Denver, and he says he believes he was the victim of a prank. And here's him telling his story through 9 News in Denver.
This winter day near Sloan's Lake, chances are you can find Stefano Chioetto on his daily walk.
It's a long walk. When it's very cold, I don't do it. I do something else.
It's a few miles round trip.
All right.
And Stefano says sometimes nature calls.
All right, so he's got to go to the porta potty.
I saw the portable potty, and I
Honey
wanted
bucket.
Portable potty. They have the worst names, and also he said, "I saw the portable potty," or the porta potty, as most people refer to it. So he says on his walk he's got to go.
Portable potty makes it sound like you could fold it up and put it in your pocket.
He says he's got to go. He jumps in the honey bucket, and he doesn't think anybody's around to mess with him.
I felt the thing start to move, and I thought that it was a truck picking it up and taking it to a dump or whatever.
That would be
bad.
bad.
So freaking scared, you know?
Moments later, Stefano felt the porta potty start to fall.
And I had no idea what was happening. I started shouting, "Hey, hey!" And it just kept on moving, and it fell to the side.
Oh!
I fell on my back, and fortunately, it fell on the side and not on the front, because if it had fallen on the front, I wouldn't have been able to open the door.
Yeah, but no matter where it falls...
Yeah.
You got doo-doo on you.
Yeah. Whatever's in there is going to toss and turn and fling out of the portable potty, as he said, that he is stuck in. And now he's got to try to work his way out.
So freaking scared.
This guy's interesting. He's kind of like, he's like a city vampire or something. He seems like he's like Dracula, but modern day kind of.
Get out.
Stefano says he found the door and crawled out as a man and his son ran over to help.
And he said, "Yeah, I think it was a couple of teenagers. We saw
was them.
They, they pushed the portable potty on its side and then ran away."
He thinks it was likely a prank.
Did this really warrant a drone shot? They went all the way for this report about this guy in the porta potty, and now they've got an overhead drone shot going.
Find very funny.
It may sound funny when you're a kid. It's not if you're the guy inside. It's not funny at all. It's something that could have ended in a very unfunny way.
Now, Stefano says he did hurt his back, but says he's feeling better today. Denver police tell us officers did respond to the scene,
but nobody.
No suspects have been identified.
Right, yeah, they ain't going to ever catch these guys. Full-on news report for this story, by the way.
With drone shot and everything.
With drone shots.
That means they have this drone guy on retainer, and they haven't been using him enough.
Yeah, let's get him.
Like the countdowns on CNN.
Right. All right, let's work at a couple of those dispatches as promised. Here goes nothing. Here is Funny Name joining us on the show with the dispatch.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I don't know why I think it should be talked about, but I think I find it odd that no one is talking about Patrick Mahomes' father getting arrested for his 3rd DWI. Maybe it's just old hat that he drives drunk, but it just seems odd that no one's really talking about it.
Here's why. I didn't have this in the stack of stuff to talk about today because I thought, why does it matter? Like, this is not a reflection on Patrick Mahomes.
No.
If his father got his 3rd DUI.
No, I think people are just interested in it because, he would be going, he still is, I think, possibly going to the Super Bowl on Sunday to support his son. unless they think that he's going to be a distraction and they're worried about that. But they said, I read today that he didn't have any travel restrictions on his bail.
And the fact that he has 3 DUIs kind of shows you in and of itself that he's not getting special treatment because he's Patrick Mahomes' dad. Think about yourself in this story. When you would think about this and your dad gets his 3rd DUI, you go, is it fair to Patrick Mahomes to make that like front page news and talk about that nonstop? I don't think so. You noted it. You brought it up. It actually happened, so that's fine. But I just don't think it's any front page stuff that we should talk a whole bunch about. Here we go. Dan the Plumber has a dispatch about Shane Gillis.
Hey, guys. On Shane Gillis, the plane bit is very funny, but there's also this other bit that he has where he's like sleepwalking while his wife and other friends are downstairs still playing like a game and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It is hilarious. Definitely not safe for work, but definitely hilarious and worth a watch. So if you have time, look that up.
I love when people do that. He's got this one bit. Oh, man. Oh, he talks about this thing.
Take my word for it. Can't talk about it right now. No details. But
yeah.
I mean, I did the same exact thing. So,
but let's just say Shane Gillis has funny bits. All right. If you're into it, you go check him out or watch him host SNL. Maybe you'll think it's funny.
Well, his bits, is this something that's on his own YouTube channel, or does he have like a show?
He's got a Netflix stand-up. He's got a couple of stand-ups that he's done.
But those aren't stand-ups. These are bits.
Well, he's saying bits, but he doesn't mean bits. Unless he means from the podcast, because he has his own podcast, and then he goes around and does a lot of other podcasts, including like Kill Tony and Joe Rogan.
Like sketches is what I was getting from the dispatch.
Yeah, what I was referring to is more like when he's doing his stand-up, one of the sections of the stand-up focuses on this, like like a talking point within his stand-up bit. Or stand-up in general. Here is Bong Knight, who says, I could have done something about this.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, if Sean didn't piss off all the cops in Orlando, he probably could have just called the cops for a well-being check on him. You don't want a drunk driver driving around like that. Damn, Sean.
Well, I can't really do that either, because I didn't know that either one of those people were driving. I mean, I assumed because somebody picked up keys, but I had no idea what was really going on. I'm just a spectator looking at all of this. D'Alessandro says he does do sketches, and he has a ton of sketches on YouTube. You can look that up. So maybe there's both of these things going on at the same time. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to some other stuff that happened behind the scenes at the Grammys. Also, Trump is dropping some names. Who's he going to pick for his vice president? We might have an idea. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Checking on I-95, there's an accident off to the shoulder southbound causing a bit of delays before LPGA Boulevard. On Sand Lake Road, authorities are clearing up an accident eastbound at Orange Blossom Trail. The right lane is blocked, and you could expect delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Savings Plan. Florida Prepaid College Plans can be used in-state or out at public, private, trade, and technical schools nationwide. Enrolling is quick, and prepaid plans now start at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid Open Enrollment is now.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Very local. Powered by Wesh 2. Local news.
Breaking news this morning.
Original series and specials.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Embrace the energy, enjoy the fun, and indulge in the food at Agave Azul Cocina Mexicana. Agave Azul embraces traditional and modern elements in a varied menu with your favorite Mexican dishes plus innovative twists, all served in an upbeat and welcoming atmosphere. Visit one of Agave Azul's 4 locations in Kirkland, Winter Park, Winter Springs, and Windermere, and find us online at agaveazulcocinamex.com. Agave Azul Cocina Mexicana. Agave AZUL Cocina MEX.com.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Get ready for the big game with a free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game, like Ross Tucker in his daily NFL podcast.
I am so looking forward to that game.
NFL Total Access.
That's another mini storyline to watch.
NFL Now.
This could be the dangerous team.
And many more. The free iHeartRadio app in the NFL, getting you the insight and behind-the-scenes stories you need for the big game. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
March 16th at Plaza Live. I want you from all over the place to come hang out with us for this show. And I want to say a couple of things before we have the VIP tickets go on sale. All right. One, I'm not a huge fan of this, but they kind of changed the way that they show you the tickets. And when you go to see tickets for Just Okay 8 and VIP for Just Okay 8, they put all of the fees and all the extra stuff all into the price. So the price that you see is like out the door. They used to do it in a way that I think is a little more helpful because you can see what we're actually charging for the tickets, which is the same exact price as last year. All right, folks? We're charging the same exact for general admission and the same exact for VIP, the same exact amount as we did.
Inflation be damned.
Yeah, even though things are more expensive, and even though this is the most expensive swag bag we've ever done for VIP, we're still keeping the prices exactly the same. But when you see those prices, it's going to be out the door. But I think people will look and go, oh, that's how much it is, and then I got to pay fees and all. And I think people hesitate a little bit. Just know that's how they're going to show these the prices on the website. So very soon, VIP will go on sale. Remember, you get a lot with VIP, and these will absolutely sell out. But talk about a night. Like, you're getting some free drinks. We do free drinks for people who are VIP. You get early access to the event. You're going to hang out with us.
Some free drinks.
Not all free drinks, but you get some free drinks. You also, we're going to have the food trucks again, and we should have it set up. I'm going to double check with Moses, but you should be able to get a card for some free food as you're sitting there. Just okay. It was really good last year. It was Jimmy Hula's, it was delicious, man. And we're going to have them hang around longer than they did last year. We're also going to have way more bars opened up. You'll have in your VIP bag, you'll have the Stanley Killer, which these really turned out great. I think you're going to love these. You'll have a hat, you'll have a magnet, you'll have all kinds of extra stuff. It's always
a
loaded
lifetime
up.
of memories, most importantly.
And you will have memories. That much is true. You'll have access to the VIP section, and we'll be decking this out with a bunch of high top tables, so you're not squished into the seats upstairs like last year. It's gonna be awesome. Ow. And we want to make sure you're partying St. Patrick's Day style with us. So nab those when they go on sale. Keep watching, keep paying attention, and you'll see those very, very soon. But I just wanted to get out in front of that, because when I looked at the website, I was like, damn it looks like we're charging more than we did last year, because they show it now with all the fees included. And for the venue, it kind of lets them push it off to, oh, hey, this is what the band is charging. This is what the people are charging for these. And that's not exactly the case here. But it's the same exact amount that it was last year. So be aware and make sure you get that while you can. Then general admission will go on sale a couple of days after VIP goes on sale, and we're just going to march forward from there. We've got some of the most amazing acts we've had throughout the history of Just Okay coming together under one roof for one night. We have the Young Tapes. They'll be back again. They blew everybody's socks off at the last Just Okay. They're really, really, really fun to watch live. And it's all songs that you know, done by some incredible musicians that you're gonna love like everybody else did. Then we have our friends from the Shabooms. They will be joining us for Just Okay 8. Yes, that's right. That's right. Very, very good. Very, very talented.
They were Coolio's favorite.
They were.
We could definitely say that.
Yeah, Coolio was not a fan of the Genotorturers, I guess.
Didn't really tickle his fancy.
We're going to have, of course, Savvy's Little Helpers, which is Fritz, the whole crew, the whole band, putting on the biggest show that they've ever done.
We had a killer practice this past weekend.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be amazing, and you're going to see so many things this night that you want to talk about afterwards, that you want to capture on your phone, that you want to post online. There's going to be a lot going on. We'll have secrets, surprise guests, all sorts of really, really exciting things that we can't tell you just this moment. But I'll tell you this, you're going to leave there going, I am really glad we went out there, and we're going to have some fun and drink it up for St. Patrick's Day together. So more details soon, but keep that on your mind. Very, very soon is VIP, and March 16th is when the event actually is going down for Just Okay 8. You can get tickets at the door the day of the event if they don't sell out, but it's going to be more expensive. So I would suggest that you just nab them ahead of time and make it a whole day. Make it a thing. Go enjoy yourself, and you deserve it. Well, it'll be like the first quarter of the year is kind of done a little bit, so we can all party and reward ourselves with a good night. So anyhow, that is all happening soon. Those are the details you need to know, and I'll tell you more. Traumamer says headliner. The headliner is Savvy's Little Helpers. That's where we're putting our money this year. But we will have surprises and surprise guests, and there'll be more than you're hearing right now at the event. Okay,
we're going old school with it. I mean, those of you that have been listening to the show and came to maybe the first, 3, 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We made it a party that it wasn't a timeline of as it goes on, it gets better. It's going to be good from start to finish.
Yeah, it is. This is the best one we've ever done, without a doubt. And we're not going to tell you everybody who's going to be there and everything you're going to see, because I don't want to do that. I want this to be something where people are surprised by things that go down, and afterwards you're like, damn.
I got to figure out what I'm going to wear.
Yeah? You're going to go fancy? You're going to go
not
St. Patrick's
fancy,
Day?
but St. Patrick's is different.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think I'll lean into that myself.
Dress as Santa.
I'm going to get you a kilt?
I don't know. I don't even know what to expect with some of the stuff we got going on. eFresh Rock says, the year of Grandson was great. That was a good show at the Hard Rock, but I think we can knock that out of the water. I think we could beat that. I think we could top that for Just Okay 8. So you're not going to want to miss it. Okay, we've got Trump dropping some potential names for his vice presidential nominee. Who is going to be the running mate for Trump? We already know who's going to be with Biden. It's going to be Kamala Harris. She'll stay with him on the ticket. They just won in South Carolina, and it's not a surprise to anybody. We could pretend like there's still some sort of battle going on with Nikki Haley, but it's not. It doesn't matter. It's not happening. Trump will be the.
Isn't she on SNL this weekend, or did I?
No, I heard that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, is she? Is she going to be on there?
No, she already was.
She was this past weekend?
She was in the cold open.
Well, he's now dropping some hints as to who he's going to pick for the number 2 position in the federal government. Perhaps Tim Scott, who also ran for president alongside these other folks. And also perhaps South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. Those two have long been seen as top prospects. Other names out there floating around, J.D. Vance, a senator from Ohio, and House Republican Conference Chairwoman Elise Stefanik, a Republican from New York. Those are the 4 big names in the mix.
Why does that name sound really familiar?
I don't know. Elise Stefanik, you sang? The chairwoman? I don't know. She's from New York, and that's about all I got on her right here. But she's a big Trump supporter. That's what they all have in common, as you can imagine. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have to do jury duty. We don't have to do it. We're going to do jury duty. And I have a question for everybody related to something that just broke in the news not too long ago. We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Was Dan Quinn the right hire for the Commanders? Well, he was the top defensive guy in the market. Quinn was a winning coach in Atlanta that went to a Super Bowl, and now he's also weakened the in-division Cowboys. DC has the second pick, the most cap space, and Cliff Kingsbury's proven he can develop quarterbacks. If he can do it again, the Commanders could be the most improved team in the National Football League. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Owning a Mercedes-Benz EV isn't just extraordinary, it's extra easy. With full remote access to your vehicle from your phone via the Mercedes Me Connect app, the vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQ.
On game day, you want to focus on 3 things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. So good. And football? Well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no 2 people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back.
up singers.
So I order food on Easy Cater for a meeting with a new client in Jackson.
Gotta feed clients in Jackson.
On my way to the airport, it hits me. The client is actually in Jacksonville.
Feed clients in Jacksonville.
So I call Easy Cater. Nina picks up right away.
Gonna fix it for you.
She called me right back and said, you're all set.
Nina fixed the Jackson accident.
Jackcident? EasyCater has your back with 24/7 support. Order at easycater.com and know
We got your back.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. A little more free advice. Any conversation you have with the insurance company after you get into an accident will be recorded. Everything you say can and will be used against you. For example, when they ask you how you're doing, these are not words of concern. These are traps to keep them from paying your medical expenses. Simply reply with, I've been told to avoid answering questions like this. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546.
Hey, Orlando, are you looking for new ways to save? Well, on Verizon, you don't need to be on a family plan to get our best deals. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time, plans start at just $50 per month for a single line with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone with unlimited welcome. That's a savings of $15 per month. And when you switch now, you can save on the things you love to stream, like Netflix and Max. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. A better plan to save is Verizon. This offer won't last long. Visit your local Verizon store to switch and save big today. $180 BYOD promo credit per phone applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line with your own 4G or 5G smartphone on unlimited welcome plan required. $360 local promo credit applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line. Additional terms apply. In select markets only. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. For unlimited welcome plan in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Elevate the look of your home, all while saving money on your utility bills with new windows from Renewal by Andersen. All their windows are custom made, so let's say you want some chic black frames on your windows, but they're not HOA approved. That's not a problem with Renewal by Andersen because every single window is custom built. So that means the outside of your home can be HOA approved and inside can be approved by you, meeting your decor and design needs for your home. And if you have an historic home, Renewal by Andersen can accommodate you too and are able to match your color and style. Nothing is off the shelf because, again, every single window is custom built. Renewal by Andersen has a great offer to help you get started. Now through the month of February, buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. License number CGC 1527613.
When it comes to protecting your family and property, there's a name that has stood the test of time. Safe Touch Security. Save 50% right now on your security package by calling 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 20001945 LVA 4188.
Hey, you're up next. My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight. Here, try these. Vicks VapoCool Drops. Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors. Ooh, I can already feel it. I told you. So, you ready? I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Get ready for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. March 11th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year, and you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance is the presenting partner of the 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, live at South by Southwest. To learn more or start a quote, visit thehartford.com/small business. With insurance designed for your small business, the Bucks got your back.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Subscriber as well as Florida decals. Thank you. Appreciate you. You can learn more about secret shows at thenewsjunkie.com. And I was talking with Jack about Just Okay and the tickets. I said, I'm not thrilled that they lump all the fees together and that it looks like we were charging more than we were last year. We're charging the same exact amount. Jack says, that was your idea because you didn't like before how the prices looked lower and then they added the fees. I said, turns out, like, I just hate it, right?
I meant to mention that to you during the break. I'd be like, would you prefer this?
Never satisfied.
The fees aren't crazy or anything. It's just like it is for any other concert. I hate that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of people do. But we're going to make this absolutely worth your while. I don't think anybody's going to leave and go, damn, that wasn't worth it for me.
Oh,
we're putting a lot into this show to make sure that from the jump, from the moment we start on March 12th, 16th rather, to the moment we wrap things up and end the show, you're going to be having a blast. And it'll be worth it. It'll be the best St. Patrick's party you've ever been to in your life. A concert, an event like no other. There's stuff going on all around the venue. And to boot, we're going to be one of the first people to be putting on an event at this facility after a complete rebuild of the place. Like, we did a tour a long time ago. I don't know, what was it? It was super hot when we did a tour of the place.
November.
Was it October?
Was it?
November?
Toward the end of last year, we all went out there, and they go, come take a look at this place. And we had already previously done a show there because it's, about the right size, like 2,500 people or so. And he said, all right, let's take a look at this. And when we all walked in there, we were like, oh, wow, you are really under construction. You are.
I'm excited, though. It's going to be beautiful and crisp.
They were going like, just imagine that this is built like this and this is built like this. So it's been a complete renovation at the place. So it'll be another cool thing just to see what this famous venue looks like after everything's been completely redone. I think it's going to be very nice. And like I said, this year, VIP, you're going to be set up by the stage, a whole roped off area with high top tables and a bartender back there. And it'll be just the perfect setup this year. And we have so many more things to unveil as the next month and a half or so goes by. That's all the time we have, folks. So,
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Here goes nothing. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. You have a choice of many attorneys after you've been in an accident. You know when you have a good case on your hands. Bring it to somebody who's going to respect you. Bring that case to a person who's going to listen to you and treat you like a person, not just another number in a spreadsheet, not just somebody that the sales staff in the boiler room needs to deal with, but a human being going through a tough time who needs somebody they can lean on. That's Mo DeWitt. 866-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. This is insane, but it's true, and it's the real-life prospects for cybersecurity and theft in 2024. A finance worker at a multinational firm was tricked into paying out $25 million to fraudsters. They were using deep fake technology to pose as the company's chief financial officer in a video conference call.
That's a lot of money to accidentally send out.
Yep. So the people were very skeptical. They go, we don't know what's going on here. We're a little uncomfortable. And they go, oh, let's jump on a conference call, conference video with the chief financial officer. And so they hopped on what they thought was like a Zoom with the brass, and they go, oh, okay, there it is. That's the chief financial officer. They had the conversation with top brass on this video conference, but everything was fake. They weren't real people. They had done an
How did
AI
they get
version.
so much audio of him, or you don't need that much anymore?
They had enough from different sources, or they didn't need that much. One of the two.
Or they do
the
the training. I mean, I don't know how instantly you can do that kind of stuff just yet. But if they have enough audio of the person, then they train the AI just like I did with you guys to send you goofy songs.
Yeah, and it wasn't even just one person. It says in the multi-person video conference, it turns out everybody he saw was fake, according to the superintendent. Chan said the worker had grown suspicious after he received a message that was purportedly from the company's UK-based chief financial officer. Initially, the worker suspected it was a phishing email, as it talked of the need for a secret transaction to be carried out. However, the worker put aside his doubts after the video call because other people in attendance looked and sounded just like colleagues he recognized. Believing everybody else in the call was real, he agreed to send a total of 200 million Hong Kong dollars, or about 25.6 million bucks. And this is one of several recent episodes where they use deepfake AI technology to screw somebody over. These folks are just the latest to be had.
I think I would probably be suspicious just if I were asked to be on a Zoom call with the CEO of our company in the first place.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it was real?
I mean, I don't know why. I mean,
what if it says, C-Lane, we've heard about your buttons. We want to know more. And the CEO, Bob Pittman of iHeart, wants to jump on a call with you. Will you talk to him?
I'd be like, what does he care about buttons?
Yeah, but you're going to say yes.
You go, hey, Bob,
say yes.
how's it going?
Sure, I'll say yes. But, if in my case, I don't have $10 million of the company's money to give away. So
could you imagine, though, if they said, hey, jump on a call with the CEO of the company. He wants to talk to you. And then the whole time you're skeptical that the actual CEO is AI.
Prove yourself, Bob.
Right, you're the CEO of this company, dummy.
Yeah, what does that stand for? Okay, you got that one right. All right. All right.
That would be so bad. It could play out in the worst types of ways. But there they go. They got robbed out of $25,000 plus. $25 million plus, excuse me. Way more than that, yes. There is a video making the rounds.
We don't give you headlines for $25,000 mistakes
not
anymore.
Enough. No. Indiana State Representative Jim Lucas is in a video taken by a high school student. I guess these students came to protest gun laws, and one of the lawmakers was there, and he showed them that he had a concealed firearm, like a holstered firearm, during the chat. And let's see how this went. I don't know if it was weird or not, but let's check it out.
Really free if you can't defend yourself.
So, do you mean by carrying a...
Yes, I'm carrying it right now.
So he shows...
See, and nothing about that makes me feel safe, though. I'm saying nothing about...
Wait, is there something wrong about if you were like concealed carry?
Concealed in a government building.
I do not know anything about concealed carry. I know very, very little about concealed carry. So I don't know.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure that you cannot have it in a government building or like your schools and hospitals.
If that was the case, I would think that this already would be bigger news because it would be a clear violation. He showed them that he had the gun. He showed them that he had it. But if you have a concealed carry, are you supposed to be showing people? Is that, I don't know. You took the test, didn't you? I don't know what the rules are.
I mean, I did like a course many years ago. And I mean, to be completely honest, it wasn't like, here is all the information you need, and here's a quiz to verify you know this information. It was 3 slides, and then you had a bunch of rich old people that were like, but if a guy's breaking my house and then runs away, can I shoot him?
I like how everybody's questions
certificate
are really, really focused on the idea that they're going to kill an intruder.
Correct.
So how long do I have to wait before I can blow somebody's head off?
What if he just looks me the wrong way, and it's the sidewalk, but it's kind of by my property? Can I shoot him?
What if he insults me, but it's a really good insult, and it kind of like hurts my feelings a lot? Can I shoot over that? I could see that being a thing. I think if it was wrong or legal to do what he did, I think he'd already be in trouble. Would be my guess, but maybe not. This video might just be surfacing right now.
Someone carrying a gun makes me feel safe.
All right, there's a bunch of people on chat saying, chiming in on this. Okay, DJ Rage says no guns are allowed in federal buildings. It looks like he's in a federal building, but maybe not. This says Indianapolis. It says January 31st, Indianapolis. So maybe it's not a federal building. Somebody says, no, you can't show it. You're not allowed to show it. He isn't allowed to show it. 3 different people saying that. Stoned Assassin says, usually only a Leo can carry in a state or federal building. He definitely has one. We know that much.
Makes me feel threatened. Okay.
Why do you feel the need to carry that?
To be able to defend myself.
So you think when you come here that someone's going to
There are people,
intentionally hurt
okay,
you?
look at the crime rate in Indianapolis. People get shot.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Oftentimes, more often by people that are multiply convicted on felony.
Multiply convicted?
Shouldn't have guns. The law says you cannot have a gun. The law is not so. The law didn't stop them the first time. The law didn't stop them the second, third, or fourth time. These are people that don't care about how many laws we put.
All right, well, we'll see what happens because he definitely showed it if he's not allowed to. Let us know if you're more familiar with how concealed carry law works.
Are we, like, when we were saying show it, he didn't brandish it in a threatening manner. That's something you definitely can't do.
He has a sport coat on, and to be absolutely clear, he pulled back one side of his sport coat to show that there was a holstered firearm there, and then let it go back to be covered up.
See, I don't feel like that's that bad of a thing to do, but,
No,
if it's
If
illegal.
he's in a federal building, he's definitely not supposed to have it on him.
He did intend to show them that he had a weapon on him.
Yeah.
Right? We're all in agreement that he obviously was like, here, I'm revealing that I have a weapon on me. It's just about, can you do that? Are you actually violating any laws if you do that? And I know a lot of you know much more about this than I do, so I'll toss it over to you. And we'll fight back and forth. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right there. We'll see what happens to Representative Jim Lucas, who showed his holstered firearm to a group demonstrating for gun control in Indianapolis, Indiana. Over to you next. Plus, man, oh man, there is something we have to shut down right now. I've seen it happening. It only happened a couple of times this weekend, but a couple of times is too many. And we need to address this immediately, almost like an emergency pod that we have to do when we return. Okay, that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Some call it the big game. We call it the Super Bowl. Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1.
2 right lanes are blocked due to an accident on I-4 eastbound at Colonial Drive. Travel with caution through there. There's heavy delays. The right lane is still blocked on I-95 southbound between LPGA Boulevard and International Speedway Boulevard. Watch out for delays there. And on Highway 1792, the left lane is blocked northbound and southbound due to an accident at Morris Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Temperatures getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, FLJobsNow.com for more info.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues And all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
Backing you up. So I order food on EasyCater for a meeting with a new client in Jackson.
Gotta feed clients in Jackson.
On my way to the airport, it hits me. The client is actually in Jacksonville.
Feed clients in Jacksonville.
So I call EasyCater. Nina picks up right away.
Gonna fix it for you.
She called me right back and said, you're all set.
Nina fixed the Jackson accident. Jackson? EasyCater has your back with 24/7 support. Order at EasyCater.com and know. We got your back.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Every parent wants to set their child up for success. Florida Prepaid is here to help. We know that planning for college now is the best foundation for your child's future success. A Florida 529 prepaid plan can be your first step to getting there. Our plans are flexible and 100% risk-free, so you'll never lose your investment. And now is the perfect time to lock in your plan because 2024 plan prices are the lowest they've been in 10 years, starting at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Enroll today.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to
Call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK, they will tell you it's the best thing they've ever done. And more often than not, they'll add, I should have done it sooner. So what are you waiting for? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. Just text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. They've performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures using the latest state-of-the-art technology. If finances aren't concerned, they offer 24-month interest-free financing. Text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This
messages over there, and all of them just brilliant things. So we love you. Let's see if you can do 1,000 more before the end of the show today. And then
that's even less brilliance. That now they're just
yeah, they're just going to spam it.
What was the thing? What was the thing that they used to kick you off AOL for? Like they would sign you out if you were. What do they call it if you were just doing a bunch of nonsense in the chat room?
Spamming? Oh, yeah, I guess it would be that. If you were posting stuff that just was not actual words.
I thought there was a different name for it. Oh, it could have been words. I mean, it could just be a lot of like copy paste, but
well, we don't want
scrolling.
That.
Was it scrolling?
No scrolling in chat. No scrolling. We don't want that. We don't want legitimate, actual comments. We'll see.
The Indiana lawmaker showing the holstered gun to students.
Yeah.
It says in U.S. News and World Report, Indiana lawmakers and their staff are allowed to carry handguns in the Capitol and on complex grounds. Mm-hmm. A bill introduced this year would extend that right to some statewide elected officials and their staff. So he looks like he would have been okay to carry it, not sure about showing it.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine so. Like, how dumb would it have been if he wasn't allowed to legally carry his firearm there and he had it and he was showing it to these kids that were gun control advocates?
It doesn't seem like the uproar is pointing in that direction.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then there was the other part of him, like showing the weapon and whether or not you can do that. I mean, look, they have every interest being gun right advocates and activists at that to try to make this guy look bad and try to see if they can use any of this interaction to get him in trouble.
Well, it says he told the students to go to a gun range and learn how to shoot, and then somebody interrupted him and asked if he lost anyone to gun violence. Mm-hmm. He said he has defended his family twice with a firearm and did not elaborate.
Wow.
And then he said, anyone else have any rational concerns they'd like to address?
Oh, God. This is like who was it that, it was Dianne Feinstein, I think. Remember her interaction with those little kids? Where they're like, why don't you pass any bills on climate change? She said, listen up, you don't know what you're talking about.
They're like cute little kids. But then everyone was kind of thrown because they were asking really intense questions. So like, what's your favorite food and TV show?
Oh, God. I mean, I don't disagree with his suggestion that people would be benefited by spending some time learning about firearms or going to a gun range. I think that is important. I think, in my estimation, it's fun. And I think one of the big problems, I mentioned this on the show, that gun activists or, gun violence activists, people who want less access to weapons, various different changes they want made there. We don't need to go into that now. But those folks, one of the big problems they have is so many of them don't know anything about guns. And they get into arguments with gun people, and gun people obviously know about guns. And you'll say things that will trigger people and make you look stupid. Like when you say, assault rifle, it's AR-15. It's an assault rifle 15. Like the AR in AR-15 doesn't stand for assault rifle. I've seen so many people get tripped up by that. You gotta, if you really want to make change happen in terms of gun access for people, it's important that you also know about guns, I think, Otherwise, they're going to school you. Every conversation, you're going to get defeated in.
I mean, conversation as far as like a quiz on the glossary of terms, then perhaps, but you're also having teenagers come from a place in which they have experienced more gun violence in schools than we have in our lifetime.
Yeah, I think it's even more important that they know about it. If you are going to advocate for things, I think that you need to have an awareness of what you're talking about. Otherwise, you are going to be made to look like a fool in every conversation that you get into. And this happens a lot, right? And in some cases, the kids can't really do much about it. I don't know if a 16-year-old can go to a gun range and go in there and shoot a weapon with their parents. I don't know what the rules are on that in particular.
Yeah,
I know for me, I learned a little bit going to the gun range, and over the years, I've learned a little bit more. I still don't know enough about firearms to weigh in on most of this stuff because it's a complicated thing, and I hope to, moving forward, learn more.
It's hard to take, it's hard to pick whose word to take for it. Because, like, right now on the texting service, I have those people are wrong. You can briefly show a concealed firearm in a non-threatening manner. And the next text is absolutely can't show. Even imprinting is illegal, which means wearing a tight shirt where you can see that the firearm exists underneath the shirt.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Mark on YouTube says most anti-gun advocates don't want to learn anything about guns. Therein, I think, lies the problem. Because they're anti-gun advocates, they don't necessarily want to be around weapons, and they view weapons as a negative, frightening, scary thing. So to them, they don't want to spend time, some of them, with them.
Exactly. In their eyes, they go, let's get rid of guns. We're the anti-gun advocate. Mm-hmm. And if we get our way and we get rid of guns, I won't need to learn anything about it.
Sure, yeah. So there they are. Those kids are making their point known. And they're allowed to do that, but we'll see what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch now. Now it's time for me to go on a rant, okay? I need to rant about something. I don't care where you come from, all right? I don't care when you were born. I don't care what your political leanings are, whether you're pro-gun, anti-gun, or any of those things. But I will tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, if you are one of these people that I've seen in the last 3 days wearing Apple Vision Pro goggles in public, you are a loser, okay? You are an absolute bona fide loser. Keep these inside your household. Do not be wandering around the streets with your Apple Vision Pro goggles that cost $3,500. You're wearing them around. I see people imagine being on New York's subway system, like this guy right here. And he's got his Vision Pro goggles on as he's cruising on the subway. And there's like buskers behind him.
Look like an idiot.
You look like a moron. This is so stupid.
Someone could just run up from behind him and then rip him off his head, right? Or
they could, yeah. And
that's no, they'll show him in the rear view camera.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to catch him.
I've been seeing a lot of TikTok, like screen recordings of what people are looking at while they do it. Some of it very cool.
Sure.
Definitely within the comforts of their own home.
Yes.
Makes complete sense.
Much more sense that way. And I saw a guy who allegedly got arrested, but at the very least got pulled over because he was driving his Tesla with the Apple Vision Pro on. And he's like computing whilst he's doing his Tesla driving and cruising down the road. What are you people doing?
I mean, you could still see the road if you have that.
You definitely, okay, that is definitely got to be against some sort of law, right?
Yeah.
Distracted driving.
Driving distracted.
I mean, are you talking about we're not talking about what's illegal and legal. So is texting and driving. And some places you have to wear a seatbelt. We're talking about
this is really high class texting and driving.
Well, I mean, but you're seeing them. I would say that you have more of a vision in front of you with the goggles than you do looking down on your phone.
No, the guy that hold on, let me see.
I know what video you're talking about.
Yeah,
but the guy's also on autopilot mode, so it's
He's on autopilot mode, which you're not supposed to necessarily do in the way that he was doing it, but he's typing on the Vision Quest Pro.
Sticklers, both of you.
What are you talking about?
Sound very uncool.
You're in defense of the guy driving wearing Vision Quest Pro?
But you're just like, you're supposed to be paying attention to the road the whole time, and that's totally,
it's dangerous.
Now, of course it's dangerous. Now let's look at the hypothetical world of it all.
Mm-hmm.
There's people we've seen shaving. Eating full-blown meals, perhaps in that Tesla taking a nap. Now we're looking at this fella, and according to all the videos that we've seen about the Apple Vision Pros, so you can see right through it.
I don't want people in public at all with Apple Vision Pros, much less behind the wheel of a vehicle. I think it's weird. I don't know, maybe that's what the future looks like. Maybe I'm behind the 8 ball here, and that's what the future looks like, is people wandering around.
I mean, that's what Apple wants the future to look like.
You imagine being on the subway or walking around the city and everybody's wearing one of these? and you're just walking around like some weird subterranean people.
See, I forget who Ashley was pointing out to me on Instagram the other day, and I was like, I have instilled this in her. I always notice when people have those Air Max headphones on. Mm-hmm. The Apple Air Max, they're like the $500 or $600 headphones that you're like, justify it to me. And I thought about it, and I thought, if we lived in New York City, and I took the subway every day, walked around a lot, I might be more likely to get the Air Max just because I worry about my AirPods falling out because they do a lot. And if I'm in the subway, I'm like, I've seen videos of bums just taking a leak openly right here. I'm supposed to drop this on the floor of the subway and then put it back in my ear? I don't know about that.
That's a little gross.
But it also seems very stealable. So you got that going for you.
Somebody's saying that this video was a fake. Hold on. Who was it? Guy driving with it and getting pulled over was a skit. He may have been skidding when it comes to like the cop cars and the lights behind him or whatever, but he definitely wasn't doing a skit when he was driving and using the Vision Quest Pro or the Vision Pro. You can see it in front of me here if you're watching on YouTube and Twitch. He's got it on as he's behind the wheel of the Tesla driving down the road. So you could definitely see that he did that. I don't know where he is. It looks like he's in America because he's driving on the left side of the car. So maybe that's where he is.
It's just so funny seeing these people
It's
not
weird.
have anything in their hands. There was one girl who was doing there's a DJ program. And she's like, watch this, you guys. I have effects as well. And then I could pull from the records of here on the side. And then you take the wide shot and it's like you're looking at this person who looks insane. Picking things and DJing absolutely nothing.
Like the most wild version of somebody conducting an orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
They're pulling things from all over the place.
A terrible mime.
And it's cool. Like, I don't get me wrong, all that stuff is kind of cool, but I don't want people doing that behind the wheel.
But think about it, because I know that this movie in particular did research on what stuff was supposed to look like. Minority Report is starting to get it right.
For sure. Yeah. It's not very different to that. Says, when contacted by Gizmodo, Dante Lentini confirmed that the video was a skit he made with friends and that he wasn't arrested. He said he only drove with the headset for 30 to 40 seconds while driving his Tesla. Well, he still drove 30 to 40 seconds with the headset on. He said, I was in the right place at the right time. That's why we filmed the police. So the cops were behind him and he recorded this. I saw some of the other videos he did too. It's just, I think wearing it in public is weird. Casey Neistat did a video that's been pretty viral over the last 2 days.
I haven't watched the video yet, but I do like his content. And when I was shopping for drones, I was into watching a lot of his videos about stuff like that. And he said it was the coolest or best piece of tech he's ever used.
Yeah. Look, that's where I step back for a second. I go, I know what I think is cool. I can look at things and say, what kind of impact will this have on society? And I can get decent at guessing how technology will impact things. This dude, he's very big into the world of technology. And Casey Neistat's not a dummy. He's a smart guy. And he said after trying it, he thinks it's the greatest gadget, as C-Lane said, ever, or not even gadget, greatest piece of technology ever made, which is pretty high praise. It's just the biggest problem right now, I think, is $3,500.
Did they send that to him for free?
I don't know.
Because I would say that too.
I don't know if he got one for free or not. I've seen people at least pretending to on Twitter for the last 24 hours do giveaways of these things and get a response. It's, I don't know where any of this is going to go. I just know that they look a little goofy. And when you're wandering around with one of these in public, it's the worst version of, remember when the iPad first came out and people were carrying around iPads in public and taking pictures and stuff?
Still do that. They still do that.
No, I think what was worse is the very first Bluetooth earpieces.
Yeah, the long ones?
No, no. The shorter they got, the more that you could,
You're talking about the blue, the light. That was just...
A lot of them had blue lights on them.
Very clear.
Most people only wore them in one ear. And that so you could find yourself in a situation where a person is talking near you, but not to you, and you don't know it, and you're like, oh, it's a douchebag with a Bluetooth thing. That was early 2000s, or maybe mid 2000s kind of thing there, where you were that guy.
Yeah, but Tammy makes the point on YouTube. Anybody who spends that much money wants to show it off. So it's kind of a status symbol. You're like, oh, that person has one of those Vision Pros. They're very expensive. I also think in some circumstances that could be very, very dangerous because somebody will buy this from me. I could steal this very, very easily. Could be a lot of potential problems. Excuse me. Quick break. Oh, actually, I got to play a couple of dispatches here because I've been so bad about these. Here's That Tie-Dye Chick. This is about Shane Gillis, I guess.
Hey, good day, everybody. Hey. So, Sean, since you like Shane Gillis, I would like to suggest another comedian for you. His name is Ian Bagg. He's got a special on Amazon Prime. It's called Conversations. Highly recommend. Have a great day, everybody.
Ian Bagg? She said?
Never heard.
I never heard of him. I don't recognize this guy.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I've never heard of him before today. But I like Shane Gillis in as much as I think he's a smart guy. I think he really knows how to craft a joke. It's pretty rare to see that. A lot of comedians that I see do stand-up are sort of in the just okay category, where it's like, yeah, you did it. Yeah, people went nuts. But did you really come up with some groundbreaking creative stuff? Or did you have a unique thought? You know, that's the one that I always like. When I saw Louis C.K. in his prime, and I don't mean like live, though I do think I went somewhere where he was performing one time.
I did.
I can't remember. You definitely did. You went to New York and saw him, right?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia and saw him. When he was in his prime, the stand-up specials he was doing were pretty groundbreaking and funny, and he was coming up with really, really clever things. He's not doing that so much anymore. His latest stand-up is not nearly as good or as thought-provoking. But now I think Shane Gillis is kind of hitting on that same nerve, at least for me. Guitar Slinger is talking about a Vision Pro.
If you're walking around with $3,500 worth of Apple technology on your head in downtown anywhere in a subway, you might want to be a proponent of concealed weapon permits because you're going to need something to keep people from ripping it off your head and stealing it.
Shit, people steal shoes. If they're going to steal shoes, they'll definitely get you for a real expensive piece of machinery like that. When we come back, we'll get some more of you. And there was a moment this weekend where the sports world got a delicious, delicious clip. What happened? Don't miss this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution on I-4. Authorities are clearing up an accident near Colonial Drive. Traffic is backed up to State Road 408. The right lane is blocked on Sand Lake Road eastbound at Orange Blossom Trail. And authorities are still clearing up that accident on Highway 1792, causing delays northbound and southbound at Morris Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Big congratulations to last week's winner, Molly. Now, the first person to answer this question correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your question, my friends. Which condiment was used as medicine during the 1830s? Which condiment was used as medicine during the 1830s? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina at realradio.fm, and the first person to send the correct answer wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's question, well, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to Maxine'sOnShine.com.
Are allergies holding you back?
Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious. Your power bill last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our windows blend energy performance with hurricane protection. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, post-nasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
The NFL playoffs are here, and there's no better way to stay up to date on the latest from our league than with the Around the NFL podcast. Join me, Dan Hansis, and my buds, Mark Sessler and Greg Rosenthal, for news and fresh content all playoffs long. We've been doing this together for over 10 years, and the playoffs always offer up something we've never seen before. We'll preview and recap every game as we make our way through the playoffs and to Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Listen to the Around the NFL podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Heed the call.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH, C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
One of my other favorite things, just put this in the favorite things list for me, is watching
Raindrops
TikTok.
and Roses.
Yeah, it's on that one. It's on that song. It is watching TikTok in real life crash into each other. And that's happening right now with the stupid slushy thing that people are doing on TikTok. And if you haven't witnessed this just yet,
I haven't witnessed it, but I did see something over the weekend that led me to believe that there was some sort of TikTok craze that involved slushies.
What'd you see?
I saw a picture posted in a 7-Eleven that says, if you are getting a slushie and you have your phone out recording it, we're calling the cops. If you're recording, if you're recording it for TikTok.
That's exactly what's happening here. I've seen this, and there's a lot of 7-Elevens that are freaking out because the stupid kids keep doing this TikTok thing. And what they're doing is they generally drive big trucks, and they're like lifted trucks usually. And they go out into the parking lot after they purchase their slushie. They fill the slushie all the way up, and they go out into the parking lot, and they smash the slushie into their truck. And then that's it. That's the thing. It doesn't sound super clever to me, but
that's crazy.
It doesn't seem like super funny to me, but it caught on as a trend, and now the 7-Elevens are putting up these signs that are like, "Hey, if you grab a slushie and intend to videotape yourself doing something with it, we're going to call the cops."
Why? What's the point?
What are the cops going to do?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Isn't that their property to smash whatever they want into it?
I don't know. You're not like if you're taking a slushie and you're smashing it in your car, if you've paid for the slushie, that's fine. You're making a mess, but making a mess isn't illegal. So I don't know what you would be doing that would be against the law there. Can you think of anything that would be illegal about that?
If you didn't pick up the cup for the slushie, you would be littering.
Yeah,
Littering,
I mean, if you didn't do that, then fine. But I think they're just annoyed by it because they have to go outside and clean up after this happens, and kids keep doing it over and over to them. Okay, this is also on the radar. Sealand was mentioning this earlier, in fact, and there was a lot of attention given to the idea that Bob Saget's widow, Kelly Rizzo, had popped up with a new love interest, and they're debuting their romance.
I was curious, like my thing, because I saw it as a notification on my phone yesterday, I want to say. And I was like, okay, it's been a couple years since Bob Saget died, and she has she's dating somebody. Yeah. I go, do we care about this because she's Bob Saget's widow? If she wasn't dating somebody of note, would this still be a headline? But it just turns out she's dating some actor that had a couple like hits, but like then just we don't know whatever happened to Breckenmeyer.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you exactly what's happening. What's happening here is if a celebrity dies, the next time their widow starts dating somebody, people are like, "Oh my God, how could you do this? How could you date another person?"
It's in the bylaws there, till death do you part.
It is, but people still react that way. They'll be like, "How could she do this? She was with Bob Saget." Yeah, but you got to move on with your life. People do move on. One of the posts is she has a type. The other one says these hoes ain't loyal. The girls will be
Loyal
girls.
to what?
Her husband died, and 2 years have passed.
She has a type. What's the type?
I don't know. I don't know what they're getting at.
Funny white.
Breckenmeyer is in what? What do I know him from? Because his face is super familiar.
He was the really stonery guy in Clueless that.
Oh yeah, the guy with the long hair.
That Brittany Murphy's character ended up liking.
He was in Rat Race as well.
Yeah,
I never saw Rat Race. I know him mostly from Road Trip, where he was the guy that made the porn with the girl he just hooked up with, and then he accidentally sent it to his girlfriend.
Yeah, I definitely recognize him, and that's who she's with now. But like any kind of weird pearl clutching that a woman would be with somebody else, 2 years, in fact, is a long time to wait until you unveil that you're with somebody else. She is living her life. There's nothing weird about that or strange about that in the slightest.
It's just something you have to deal with when
you do.
When you're in that situation.
Sucks.
I know people who have done that and not waited as long, and it's just like, okay, well, some of you are not going to like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I did this when my dad started dating somebody after my mom died. I didn't like it.
But that makes sense. You're his child, and that was your mother.
Yeah,
but for everyone to be up in arms, have nothing to do with their personal lives.
I have a vested interest when it's like my family, and when I look at this, I go, "Why?"
Told you were vested, Sean.
Why would I care at all? Why would I care what this woman wants to do? Should she not be happy for the rest of her life?
Wouldn't you think that Bob would want her to be happy?
Oh, one would think, yeah. And I could throw these same arguments at myself. But I never tried to interfere with my father getting in a relationship. I was like, that's cool. Glad you're happy. I don't necessarily want to get to know that person. That was where I ended up on that. I was like, it's not going to be new mom for me. So
no,
I'm going to leave that there. Keep your eyes peeled, everybody. Keep your eyes peeled, because you could be a winner. Right now, there is a McDonald's campaign, and it's kind of a fun one that they have underway. And the Hamburglar is on the road, okay? The Hamburglar is out there, and a heist could break out at any moment. And they said, if you run into the Burger Cuda, which is the car that the Hamburglar is driving around, and you see it here, it's a Barracuda, obviously, in white and black, like the Hamburglar character from McDonald's. If you
that doesn't scream like the car you're looking for. I could see a lot of people with that vintage-looking car.
Yeah, definitely. There's other people that would have something like this. It's just a Barracuda with racing stripes, and it's white with black stripes. But maybe that makes it more difficult, because if you find it, it's going from coast to coast. And if you find the vehicle and you catch them by scanning a QR code that's on the Hamburglar's car, you get a year's worth of free McDonald's. If you see this
I hope you
out
get
there
the car.
somewhere. You do not get the car, unfortunately. You only get free McDonald's for a year, and it's spothamburglar.com. And maybe you see it out there somewhere. That's not bad. It's a smart little idea, campaign for them. Right now, what we're going to do is take a quick break. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Part of the solution and part of the problem. More problem than solution. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. The rest of our Monday will feature some off and on scattered showers. Most of these will be fairly light to moderate. No real thunderstorm activity is expected. These showers will gradually taper off, especially throughout the overnight. But tonight and into tomorrow, we start to see our winds pick up. We're expecting wind speeds as high as around 20 to 30 miles per hour. Temperatures will be cooler as well, with highs only in the mid-60s under a mostly sunny sky. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
On game day, you want to focus on three things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends. So good. And football? Well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. With the lowest prices in 10 years, plans now start at just $34 a month and are 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is where names are made. And at Daytona, those names are bringing a whole lot of smoke. Austin wants the smoke. Justin wants the smoke. Cole and Haley, give them all the smoke. There's plenty to go around, but remember, if you can smell the smoke, that means you're not the one making it. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona, February 17th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Guarantee Media is giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99. But you must tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. If you're one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, we will include a second bonus destination to Orlando, Florida. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included, plus 4 days in Orlando for only $99. Tell me a country without the letter A in its name. Texting your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This is not a contest. It is paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Party and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Big Game, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then
Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. If you missed any of the show today, don't forget we got a podcast that you can subscribe to for free. And it's over at thenewsjunkie.com. It's been nice hanging out with you. And now let's see what we have for our final dispatches today. There's some folks who are upset. They're mad about the 7-Eleven TikTok douchebags, including Flip is very, very unhappy with the folks doing this.
What we really need on TikTok is somebody out there who can pretend like he's got one of these douche dozer trucks that wears Hey Dudes and has a mullet, and pretend like he shaved his head and set his truck on fire, and see how many of these morons we can get to follow behind.
Yeah, I don't know. They have bigger problems right now with TikTok. They're taking a lot of the music off of TikTok, and I'm seeing people talk about how user retention is down. When you actually look at the numbers, more people 18 to 34 are on Facebook than are on TikTok. More people 18 to 34 are on number one platform for younger people is not TikTok. It is YouTube. YouTube is the absolute number one platform for younger people. And that's why they got scared, I think, a little bit and tried to do the YouTube Shorts, which I hate. I never have gotten into the YouTube Shorts. But I love YouTube. I mean, I follow a ton of creators on there.
I feel like doing the YouTube Shorts was a way to kind of be on the same bandwagon as having stories, or I think they're both stories on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. And Twitter had something that was like it too.
Everybody.
Clips.
But Twitter had what was the Twitter thing called? Flinches?
There's this new thing now that every time I go to think I'm making a new tweet, it's like, do you want to join Glonk?
Fleets.
Glonk?
Yeah. Did you not, like, it's, what is it? Grok.
Oh, yeah. That's the AI. That's the AI that they have on Twitter. It's like Chat GPT.
No, you're talking about Fleets was what Twitter did.
Fleets they had, yeah.
But Shorts for YouTube, I think, has kind of like somehow forced some of the bigger YouTubers into thinking they need to like be on board with Shorts. So like I watch a lot of Babish, obviously, and then every once in a while I'll see like he just posted a short, which is just taking one of his recipes and just doing like a quick thing of it. He's like, I guess I'm shorting now.
I gotta do shorts. You know where they added it to where it made the least sense? They added stories on Twitch. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, another place where you got to post things, another place where
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they did that, and within the last 6 months or so, they've added stories to Twitch. I don't know that anybody's using them. They got big problems, actually, over on Twitch. And I over the pandemic, really started to grow to love Twitch and watching other streamers and stuff. And they have major issues. They have a lot of competition right now. They're not giving out any of the big deals that they used to give out. The top streamers would get paid insane amounts of money. Their platform is not evolving with the times. Big content creators are like, no, forget it. We're going to go away from Twitch and go over to just YouTube and just streaming on YouTube. They got a lot of issues in front of them. And that's a company that probably was never meant to be. If you don't know the history, it came from a website called Justin.tv, which I think you were even on it back then, C-Lane, right?
We used to do Justin.tv at the station. I remember specifically one of our live streams got like flagged and dropped because it was just live streaming the body painting at Earth Day Birthday.
Can't have that. Yeah, first it was just one dude named Justin, and he was streaming his whole life, Justin.tv. And then that started to get traction. And he said, well, you can stream on the site too. So people could stream whatever they want. And then what did they want to stream? Well, people started streaming themselves playing video games. And they said, we got something here. You know, we can really use this. And they spun that out into Twitch, which eventually was sold to Amazon for billions of dollars and became the place. That was the spot where people would stream shows like this. We stream on twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. But those websites can die just as fast as they pop up and become successful if they don't change with the times. You always got to be on your heels or your toes, either way. Here's Spike Man. It says more Rat Daddy. Uh-oh. Here we go.
I need more Rat Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat. I need more Rat Daddy on a daily basis.
Well,
please.
You know what?
More Rat Daddy.
I'm sure when we have rat-related stories, Rat Daddy may pop up and
Totally makes sense. I mean,
jump in.
I'll definitely pass along the message.
Yeah. Is the email address set up for Rat Daddy yet? I don't remember if they got that done.
I believe so.
They were onboarding Rat Daddy at iHeart, and the whole process is like, the background checks, et cetera, et cetera.
Did not work out well, but I mean, where there are loopholes, Rat Daddy will dive through them.
Oh, true. Yeah, very, very true. Okay, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut, and everybody made the cut today, all right? We're just going to say that. Mostly, why? Because I looked up and saw that we don't have a lot of time left.
You did it, everybody.
Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do Today hold on. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, February 5th, 2024. And Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Ran on YouTube says, Bashish? What did C-Lane say? He said Babish.
Babish.
B-I-S-H. He does food videos. Here we go. Her name comes up again on the show today. Today I learned this lady right here.
Tracy Chapman.
No. She's old.
Oh,
she was in the chat. That's right. Joni Mitchell. Songwriter Joni Mitchell only released a greatest hits album called Hits on the condition with her record label that she could release something called Misses with the songs that she thought could have done well, but that maybe didn't do so well. So a Hits and Misses album, bam, was released from her. Today I learned you would have thought he was in a different headspace, but maybe not. Michael Phelps says he contemplated suicide after the 2012 Olympics, in which he won
What the
4
hell,
gold
man?
and 2 silver medals. So, man, if he's battling, God, it's a tough time out there. Today I learned Michael Bublé, who had this hockey moment where he said he was
just
on
search Michael
shrooms.
in Tower of Power.
No.
Today I learned?
No, I did not. But he was fired from this show.
X-Files.
That's right, the X-Files. He was fired as an extra from the X-Files because he stole a hot dog off the craft services table. He said he was starving and poor at the time, and he was playing a member of a submarine crew, and he was unceremoniously fired from the set of the then popular Fox series for stealing a hot dog.
Because the food is for the people who are acting.
That's what they say.
Extras get other stuff, man.
They don't get the good hot dogs. I know that. Today I learned while 8.4% of Americans don't wear seatbelts, which that seems kind of crazy to me now because almost every car screams at you if you don't wear a seatbelt these days. But the folks who are 8.4% of America not wearing seatbelts, about 50% of those killed in car crashes are in that group. The folks who decide you're too cool or whatever for a seatbelt. You don't want one of those. And finally, this band right here. That's right, Four Non-Blondes. Linda Perry is the lead singer, a great songwriter. Wrote lots of songs that you've heard, like Get This Party Started from Pink and a ton of other mega hits. She's married to Sarah Gilbert, who played Darlene in the show Roseanne. The two have a kid together, and she wrote Gwen Stefani songs, Beautiful by Christina Aguilera. She is a superstar. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Go get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.